San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Rob Thompson, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, San Antonio. Happy Monday. Let's get this party started, boys. It is it's not a victory Monday, I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
it's not funny, Rob.
It's a day to look
It's
forward.
not funny.
We don't look back, we look forward, AJ.
It's not funny.
It's funny.
It's not funny.
Well, kind of fun.
Rob's just in a good mood because the Aggies won.
Yes,
Boy,
sir.
I went over to Rob's place last night, and first thing he said was, "You see that Aggie game?"
See that game, baby?
Hell no. That thing was on in the middle of the night. Who the hell could stay up that late?
You know, all those
You got to be a diehard.
or just there's not much to do in Omaha. You know what I mean?
No. Hey, Vic, are you going to put me on camera or what, man?
No, man. The
me a-
technical staff went to work
Give me a break,
behind
dude.
the scenes. There's been activity.
I don't know if you've heard this. I'm the new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're on.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Time for my close-up.
Yes, Mr. DeMille. You look good, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Scruffed up and buffed and shiny.
Got a meeting with
You'll see your PO today?
with the lawyers today. How was your Father's Day, Robert?
It was a fine Father's Day, AJ. It was a day that I got to, everybody. My wife kept saying, I feel so bad that we didn't cook for you. I was like, my kind of Father's Day is when I'm cooking. It's my day. Got to use all my implements, did some ribs,
You did some ribs, strong ribs.
fried up some stuff in the morning. So yeah, I used the Blackstone is the hottest thing I've ever worked with. I've stood over fire.
What's that say about your wife?
That's what she said. I've stood over fire, charcoal, wood, gas, Traeger. That is the hottest thing I've ever worked on.
Oh, yeah.
Blackstone, man. Take your hat off to a guy that stands over a grill all day.
That's hard work, my man.
But the
The
best
guy
thing,
in Waffle House,
those guys, man, I don't see how you do it for 8 hours.
troopers.
Um,
Well, I think they're probably making like $120K a year.
I
so
hope
they're,
so.
I would guess. But if you got to smother and all that stuff, cover, smother,
and chop and grill.
they have Waffle House here in San Antonio.
Taco. See, the problem with the overwhelming love for tacos is it just squeezes everything out. We're lucky we have a couple of decent donut places that have held on for dear life. But other than that, man, Waffle House and things like that, they just don't work here. Now,
Really?
we
they
have a
that
good friend
Jim's.
of the show. Yeah, we've got a lot of gyms, and those are even closing down.
Is that like a Waffle House? I've never been in.
It's Jim's is a 1950s breakfast diner.
Okay.
So
I could go in and get a waffle.
Oh yeah,
And hash browns.
Oh yeah, and 24/7.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but it's not Waffle House.
Okay.
It's a little bit upscale than Waffle House, even
Uh,
though the food.
that's the beauty of Waffle House is it's not upscale.
No, it is working man.
I don't particularly like going into a brand spanking new Waffle House.
No,
Like when the grease isn't built up properly.
You need the patina of the grease everywhere.
You want to when you sit down, like just kind of feel it on your table. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
What
is
Jim's is too clean.
yeah,
you don't
there's
get that.
years and years of buildup that's
But
taken.
a good friend of the show, she writes for Axios, but used to be kind of she's very much an influence here in San Antonio. Her name is Maddie Sky. Has been championing the idea of bringing a Waffle House to San Antonio for a while. And I think she got a little bit of a response from their corporate a couple of months back that there is one coming.
Okay.
So they were probably waiting for you to arrive before
Yeah.
we actually got the Waffle House. But there's rumor that there might be one coming somewhere, but we don't have one now.
I went to college in Tennessee, and my apartment in Nashville, if I walked out on my balcony,
Could you smell the Waffle House?
I could see two Waffle Houses. Like the exit, there was a Waffle House on either side of the exit. So once you got off the highway,
That's awesome.
there was a Waffle House just off to your right. If you turned left and went across the highway, a whole other Waffle House.
And probably entirely different clientele.
Probably, yeah.
There was the good one and the bad one.
I just went to I went to the one that was stumbling distance from the apartment. That was the
See, most people from San Antonio, and we grew up in the taco culture. I mean,
I love tacos
there's nothing
too.
wrong, but see, most of us, me included, didn't grow up with the glory that is a Waffle House.
The thing about Waffle House is it's not really there for breakfast time.
No, it's there for
2 when you're wrecked and you because could I get tacos at 2 a.m.? Yes, I could from Taco Bell or Taco Cabana.
That's the problem.
And that's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
All right.
And see, Waffle House fails to understand that really we're not chasing for you to be here during the day. We're looking for midnight to 12. That's all the hours you need to be open.
Waffle House, if I were the CEO of the Waffle House, I how they're open 24 hours. I would tell them to close from
close all day.
After breakfast, like 11 a.m., you close until about 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
No one's eating. No one says, like, where do we want to go for dinner? I know, Waffle House.
Let's have some extra special grease.
No. But at 9 p.m., you open up and you stay open till 11 a.m.
A Waffle House waffle hits pretty good about 2:50.
Oh, yeah. The hash browns hit good.
It works.
The sauce. I'm a sausage patty man, not a sausage link man. I prefer patty to link.
I agree.
Just for breakfast sausages, obviously. But Waffle House. I think it'd be a welcome addition to San Antonio.
To come. Now we got a hot chicken that's here recently. I hear Hattie B's is on the way if she isn't already here. So we're getting some of those more southern.
Yeah, but you can't have hot chicken at 2 a.m.
No one wants that
on a belly.
I'm just talking about how we have the southern influence of the chains like Friendly's and the Waffle House and those and the hot chicken ideas are working their way. Here we're not quite there. It's still a taco culture.
Hey, we're gonna figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Man cannot survive on tacos alone.
Well, we can try.
You know what we could do?
So
we could make a waffle taco. Just roll up use one of those tacos or waffles like a tortilla. And
somebody tried that. That's a crime against humanity. Don't do that. don't call it a waffle taco or a waco or whatever they tried it. No, don't do that.
Okay,
that's not. You shouldn't name a new food. We're pretty good with the food we got.
Okay. I went to New Braunfels yesterday on Father's Day.
So the question is, how was the flow when you?
It was nice.
Okay.
So when I went to the Frio a couple weeks ago, it was there wasn't enough water to float, and I like to float. And one thing I learned when I was out there is if you drink 20 beers on a 5-hour float,
which isn't that much, to be honest with you.
You can feel like you get up out of the float and you don't feel like you drank 20 beers.
Mm-mm.
If you sit still and drink 20 beers, you get wrecked. I don't understand the science of it.
I'm saying there's got to be a formula like E = I'm drunk squared. Sitting versus moving.
I'm not making this up though.
No, I agree.
If you are sitting in a tube floating down a river and you drink 20 beers, it's like whatever, man, no big deal. You can
I was just staying hydrated.
Yeah. And it's not just, I mean, you can drink 20 beers. If you're bold, you can partake in other things,
mind-altering substances, both legal and ill.
Yeah. And then when you get up out of that tube, you feel fine. Like, oh, I just had 20 beers. Let's go home and
head home and have a little nap.
We'll cook and we'll, eat some grub and everything will be all right. When you drink 20 beers in place, though, it's different, man. It's way different. You're not supposed to do that.
There's got to be a name for that. The syndrome of sitting still versus moving.
I don't know what it is.
I think we need to name it.
Let's ask Dr. Jason Garrett.
We'll have him on.
Hey, have you ever heard of this phenomena?
He doesn't do things that pollute his perfect body.
Well, I'm sure.
He would not do anything like that.
So what I also learned is though that the Frio is very beer friendly.
I don't think the flow is so good.
The Comal not so beer friendly. So the deal is you can take a cooler, but you can't have publicly visible beer. So everybody's out there, and this is the first time I've been out there since this rule was implemented.
With a keg?
You can.
Okay.
So here's
So this is more about litter than alcohol.
no. I think
okay.
it's more about like,
Which I would understand, the litter. I get it.
so you can like what apparently what a lot of people do is they get those little mini kegs
Mhm.
and put them in the cooler and then just fill up their
With your cup.
Yeti through that. But
I'm
like,
down.
because when you're floating, you can't be floating with a beer can. Like you,
See, I didn't know that had changed. It's been that long since I've done it.
but here's the other thing I've noticed. There was a lot of people there. I mean, it was Father's Day. It's not a surprise. Kind of what I love about the Frio is if you want to go to the Frio, you got to go out of your way to get there.
Yeah, it's planned.
And like for people in San Antonio, it's not an onerous trip. If you live anywhere else in Texas, it's a haul to get to the Frio.
And then it's not the getting there, it's the getting back.
Yeah.
Like, man, I got about an hour in me.
So like when you're in Houston or Dallas, if you're like, oh, I'm going to go spend a weekend on a river, you ain't going to the Frio. It's just a long way.
Or they're camping.
But New Braunfels, it's like, oh, we can go spend a weekend there. People will go spend a long weekend in New Braunfels. So there's more people there. The downside is, or at least what I noticed yesterday is, I was on the river for 4 hours, like going, it's not a long float. So we floated it a couple times. I was with my younger son. There's like a tube shoot.
Where'd you start? Do you remember the service you used?
I mean, there's just like the
communal park
yeah,
service. Okay.
Yeah, we were at the city.
So you did
park.
the short run. You didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a tube shoot there. He wanted to go down it a few times. I lost my hat on that tube shoot.
Awesome.
I fell out of my tube.
It's ridiculously fast. If the first time you do it, it's rather surprising. That's some rapids.
But there was, in the 4 hours that we were there, I'm telling you, not one attractive woman.
It's the curse of high fructose corn syrup and the taco culture, which we enjoy so much.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, man.
And this is even more alarming. These women didn't give a damn what you thought about what they were wearing. It was
the 20 beers sitting still versus moving.
Yes. Well, no, this is
you needed to be sitting still to enjoy that.
That's the thing is I was sober.
See, that's what I'm saying. You need to be sitting still to thoroughly enjoy what was going by you.
I mean, there were some
some icebergs floating down that river, and you're only seeing about 10%.
Man,
they get out and the water level goes down.
And there's nothing funnier to me than watching fat people try and get in and out of tubes. And that's not just women, it's men too. It's like ridiculous. It's so funny. Like,
I didn't know y'all were laughing at me like that.
I don't know.
My legs were asleep. I'd been in that tube for a minute.
And listen, I'm not a skinny guy, so it's like, there's fat guys like me, but then there's like great big fat people, like those people that are like
they're using semi tires.
Oh, they try like 3 times and they keep every time they
get stuck.
Every time they sit, like they try to sit on the tube pushes away from them and then they just fall in, and then you can tell they're getting frustrated and embarrassed. I love it. I live for that stuff. But there was a woman who did not want to go down the tube chute.
Did she decide too late?
Well, yeah, she couldn't get out. She was like trying to get out of her tube and she couldn't do it. And then
like a bag of oats going through
I mean, she was like trying to shake her way out of it, and she was yelling at her boyfriend or husband to help, and he was already like headed down the tube chute, so she's screaming top of her lungs.
Some of that chicken grease.
Oh boy. She ended up going down it.
Thighs.
She was not happy about it. I also noticed something else you don't see on the Frio. A lot of grown adults wearing life preservers. I mean, that's about the slowest moving river there is, the Comal. It barely goes.
Well, maybe they're understanding how they're going to be by the end of the ride. Maybe the life preservers an appropriate choice after 27 beers and
things like 4.5 feet deep. Like if you can drown in the Comal, you're like,
well, there is. I'm not going to fault that. I would personally. It's kind of like the people you see that we grew up not wearing helmets to ride bikes.
Oh God, no, that would be embarrassing.
If you're riding a bike, you're probably getting picked up by a different bus. If you're wearing a helmet on the bike when we were growing up, you didn't go to school with us.
Yeah,
and now you kind of got to put them on, man. It's just the world has changed. So
do you have a bike?
I did. Well, I have one.
Do you ride it?
No.
If you did, would you wear a helmet?
Yes.
Would you really?
Dude, I would. We were raised wrong.
It's a
we left
bicycle.
Dude, we left some friends by the wayside. We left some friends who took a conk on the melon who they're never the same.
Where do we draw the line?
Well, I'm just saying, in hindsight, we probably could have had a helmet on, and there's a couple of friends who might have made it with us.
But now you're an adult.
Well, now they're sucking on toast and wondering what day it is.
But now you're an adult. You know how to ride a bike.
I'm fine. Yes, but I don't. I know people that have. Here's the sad story. And really what changed it was Sean. Remember Sean Bradley, the 7'7" dude?
Yeah.
He fell off his bike, and it's like he's a paraplegic, man.
He's a giant. He shouldn't have been riding a bike. That's his fault.
Saying, I'm not going to do that. If you don't want to get hit by a car, don't play in the street is a good rule of thumb. And I don't want to be a paraplegic from a bike accident, so I'm not going to ride a bike. But if I did, I would certainly have a helmet on.
I like to live dangerously.
Well, live fast, die young, leave a good looking.
And I'm certainly not gonna
with road rash down one side of your face.
Certainly not gonna wear a life preserver in a 4-foot
I know,
river.
but I get it. I'm not going to. It's not for me. But
if I'm on a boat, in the boat, the guy, whoever's boat it is says, "Hey, we're gonna wear life preservers on this boat." I'll wear one.
Yeah, I get it. But personal responsibility. You're on a river. I get it. But
floating on a tube in the river, I'm not wearing a life jacket. That's crazy.
You're getting on your mountain, your 10 speed, and you were going to go biking down a road. You wouldn't wear a helmet?
No.
See, you're of our generation. I get it. I'm not. I now go. You know what? I probably should put on a helmet.
That's soft, bro.
I know. I've softened up in my old age,
man.
But I'm not going to say don't do it. But I do say you're wearing a life preserver. The water's 3 feet deep.
I'm embarrassed for you right now.
You should be.
Vic's embarrassed.
I'm old, and I'm afraid.
Vic's ashamed of you. Like when you said you would wear a helmet, he's just like shaking his head.
I'm old and I'm afraid. Be nice. Been watching Fox News.
Vic got in a bike accident when he was a kid. His kidney fell out.
See what happened? Right. See, we lost some good ones.
Good.
We left some good ones behind.
Yeah, he's fine.
I survived the homemade ramps.
The homemade ramps, the mongoose bikes. Yeah, we lost a few.
Yeah,
they landed funny and never saw him again.
Holden, my son, he got up early and came in with me today. He's asleep in one of the offices here. He skateboards. He does so
you'll lose a few on the way.
He does the big, and he drops in on these giant ramps and stuff. He wears a helmet when he does that.
Well, you better.
But riding the bike around the neighborhood, I don't make him wear a helmet. I ain't trying to have people throw stuff at him and make fun of him.
See, that's just it. What's going to happen sooner than later is another parent's going to be like, put a helmet on. Where's your parents?
And then I've already told him what to say. I said, you put up both fingers at the same time. You say, beat it, old lady.
Oh, hag.
Yeah, I don't have parents. Beat it.
Parents.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, listen, we've got to, we're going to play Dust in the Wind or Taps or something. We're going to put a bow on the Brahma season. I thought San Antonio had their first football championship.
Or Wade.
I mean, I don't know if was it an embarrassing performance? I don't know.
I blame The Rock. Somehow this is The Rock's
I think The Rock set this up. He cheated. We'll talk about that and more. It's Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, it's Monday morning. I hope you're not due to stand on a scale to justify your weekend, like that cheat day that you had over the weekend to kind of make up for what you may or may not have done on your diet. If that's you, listen real close. Are you tired of weigh-in days? Get rid of that. I've been going to the Institute for Functional Health for, 8 years now. And I first met Dr. Torres, probably feeling a lot like you. Tired, worn out, overweight, never quite sleeping very well, always chasing the next caffeine to keep myself going. Yeah, I know what you're going through. I walked into Dr. Torres. He told me, you're not going to have to live like that anymore. We're going to regulate your blood sugar. We're going to find a way for you to feel better and sleep better. And as you do that, you're going to start losing weight if you just follow these simple steps. And it's not anything more than that. And once I started following those simple steps and doing some of the things that the doc had put together for me, the weight started coming off and all those other issues changed. Let me tell you, if you've gone to a doctor and they said it's time, or you're tired of looking in the mirror, you'd look at yourself and figure, how can I get here and how can I start losing weight? You can. Dr. Torres will put together a program that fits you. The underlying program or issues that might not have been something you've ever thought about might have kept you from losing weight. He'll find those and put together a unique system that works for me and thousands of others. You're not going to know how well it'll work till you meet him. The best way to do it, just call him. His number is 210-468-1891. Great service down, beautiful office down in McCullough. The website is iffhealth.com. Go there, do your due diligence, take the functional health test. It'll change your ideas of what health really is. But I'm telling you, if it's time to lose weight, call Dr. Torres today. Find out why he has been so successful with so many people like me and you. When you do, I'm sure you're going to start losing some weight, and you can thank me later.
San Antonio's Sports Star.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Feel that heat? That's how it should feel when you're outdoors watching your favorite team coming up to bat, not in your home. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy-efficient windows.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Well, that crash that you heard, that glass breaking, that was the Brahmas season coming to an end.
We mock what we don't understand. We didn't pay any attention to these guys until they lost. So I'm not gonna.
That's
kick
not
them while they're
true.
down. Oh, we did. Well, they did. The Blitzers did. I didn't.
I did.
I'm glad you did.
On Friday,
Yes.
I said, you know what? We're cheering for the Brahmas this weekend. We want them to win.
And who's the starting quarterback?
They have multiple quarterbacks. They rotate.
Super backs is what we call.
Yeah. Adrian Martinez, though, is the quarterback for the Stallions.
He's evidently better than ours.
I think he's better. Listen, man. Sometimes you get to the end and you lose in heartbreaking fashion, and sometimes you lose 25-0.
And sometimes there's glory in just getting your ass kicked. There's no regrets. I mean, the game was over. You didn't do anything to screw it up. They just beat the pants off you. Just go home and have a nice holiday and hope The Rock and Danny don't fire you.
The Stallions three-peat. The Rock set all this crap up.
He did. He wouldn't let us have our guy last week. Remember, we tried to get a guy, and they said we can't have the guy. That's the guy we needed.
It's garbage, man. They screwed us big time. Oh, well. On to the next one. League might be back next year. Might not. If it is, the Morning Huddle is going to hope that the Brahmas win again.
So we can get a jersey.
I don't want a jersey, but
to commemorate?
No, I want a championship hat.
Well, those are all on the way to Africa right now.
They are. I should be able to get one now.
Our Brahmas world champion T-shirts, they're on a boat to Liberia right now.
Man, that sucks.
Well, I mean, that's how we help out.
Yeah, well. Ryan says, "Can we get Rob's good morning back? Did you have a catchphrase?"
No, that was actually not me. That was Rudy.
Oh,
Rudy
we can't get that back.
I can't do it. It's a good moaning. I can't do that. I know. Find a new show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
find a new thing.
I say don't.
No, I'm saying find a new thing.
Oh yeah,
it's a line from Forgetting Sarah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Sarah Marshall, where the large bartender said, "Man, you got to find a new show. You Sopranos people, it's over.
Yeah,
turn the page."
People don't like to do that.
I know it's hard.
It's hard, but you're gonna have to if you're a Brahmas fan.
Well, was there really even a page? If a tree falls and no one hears it, did it make a sound?
Jay says the Gunslingers are still in the playoff hunt. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Over under 1.5 more seasons of Brahmas football.
And it won't be the Brahmas' fault.
No, I'm not blaming them.
It's the league that'll
that's what
collapse.
I'm saying.
Yeah, and then they'll find another league. They never go away.
But because people keep thinking, you know what's going to really catch on this time? Spring football. Even though like the history says this will never catch on, but people are still going to dump money into it and go, you know what? It's the next big thing.
If you want to be an owner of a professional franchise, if you've watched it's accessible. If you've been successful privately as a business type, this is your avenue to be the owner, to play general manager, to sell the tickets, to be the ringmaster. And there's always somebody in towns that want to do that. So the leagues themselves are immaterial. It's an opportunity for the owners to go, whether it's baseball or indoor football of varying speed and tempo and size, whether it's 7, 10, 6-man. I've seen all different flavors of indoor football.
Like, what do you think the percentage is of professional sports owners who the reason they do it is strictly like ego,
100%.
personal?
100%.
Really?
There's no money to be made in this.
No, I'm talking about in all pro sports. Like
we're seeing hedge funds start to understand that it's a license to print money. But for the most part, this has been ownership of a professional franchise, especially amongst the big four, and I'll include hockey in this, the ones that have been around for more than 40 years. It's an old boys club. It was a place for the guys to go and meet up at the billionaires whenever they meet up to measure themselves. You know
Like,
what
do
I
you
mean?
think Paul, like,
And
I
that's
know,
changing now.
Do you think Paul Allen, when he bought the Seahawks, was like, I don't care if this thing makes money. I just want to, I just want to be in the club.
Well, no, they know they're going to make money. I mean, it's a guarantee. That it's like buying real estate. If you own a professional franchise and you are even halfway literate, you don't even, I mean, just barely have a pulse. I mean, the league, you're going to get a check in the mail. You're
But that
talking
doesn't-
about guaranteed mailbox money to support and pay at the bare minimum your salary. I mean, you are going to make money.
But that doesn't work in like the UFL and places like
No,
that.
not there, but there's no individual ownership in the UFL.
Yeah.
There's one guy owns the entire league.
Is it just one guy?
Yeah, it's The Rock. He owns the whole damn thing.
Oh my God. I thought he was like an investor.
No, he hires everyone. Well, Danny, his ex-wife, runs the whole thing. They hire the coaches. They assign talent.
So he's working with his ex-wife on this?
Yeah, but I think he's been working with his ex-wife for years. She's been managing him even after the divorce.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
She's a former wrestler.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Vic, you and your ex-wife get along?
No.
I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Yeah, good for The Rock. Way to keep it. When you say, "Hey, it's not working out, but let's keep it cordial."
Yeah,
You never think
she's
that's gonna
managed his
happen.
money, I think, and his career. I think she's
boy.
behind.
You imagine how much you'd have to trust someone to let them manage your probably close to $500 million.
Well, I don't think it was that initially. I think she made him the money. I think she's the one that put him in the places that made the money.
She put
he's
him in the
face, she's the
wrestling?
brains. Well, I think they met wrestling.
Okay. I was gonna say I think The Rock's made some. I mean,
Oh, The Rock's got a lot of zeros after that number.
Yeah.
We're not at $1 billion, but I'm sure there's a 500 in there.
all right. Let's talk about Game 5. Got some basketballs tonight.
I warned you guys.
Oh, Rob knew
Warned
it. They call him the Oracle.
That's what some of
The Oracle, Rob Thompson. Now, Rob, the question becomes: will there be a Game 6?
Nope.
Nope. We'll talk about it next. Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on the Blitz, we're going to take a look back at the NBA Finals, rehash what happened, and now we can look forward to the NBA Draft. What in the world are the Spurs going to do? Mock place. We'll talk about that. And Cowboy fans, are you ready for a full rebuild? Monday on the Blitz.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Ad paid for by AG Marketing Group. Attention timeshare owners. If you need to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, please listen to the following message. Getting out of a timeshare commitment is not easy, and it takes time. But we specialize in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares forever. Can't get the vacation dates that work for you? Maybe you felt taken advantage of or forced into the timeshare? Maybe you just can't continue to shoulder those monthly payments any longer. If you need to eliminate your timeshare commitment, then you need to take down this number, 800-823-1687. We will safely and legally get rid of your timeshare payments forever, all with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't continue to let your timeshare be a financial burden to you and your loved ones. Call us now at 800-823-1687. The call is free. The consultation is free. Call 800-823-1687. That's 800-823-1687. Again, 800-823-1687.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Rob Thompson here for my favorite fantasy app. It's Prize Picks. I'm just one of 3 million people that love more or less. Where else are you going to take a $10 play and turn it into 100x of your cash? It's Prize Picks. And as basketball winds down, the games continue. Yeah, lots of finals action there. More or less, you fantasy guys, you know how to play along with the other 5 million active members. More or less is all that matters. And in June, as basketball winds down, I have got the fun for you. Esports. Yeah, get in on esports every Wednesday and Saturday in June, and your lineup doesn't win, you'll get your entry fee back. Choose the Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, League of Legends, you know them, go play them. Fantasy games elevated, more or less, it's easy. Take $10, turn it into 100x of cash, and it's so easy to play. Remember the code ALAMO. Go to prizepicks.com, get yourself signed up, use that fantasy knowledge. Go play today. That's Prize Picks and Alamo.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
When something happens to your car, you might say, but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Here we go. Freaking Brahmas. That's what I'm saying, man. Freaking Brahmas.
You can't take them at their worst.
I thought we had it.
You can't handle them at their best.
As a lifelong Brahmas fan, this was pretty much the moment I was waiting for.
I don't think we'll ever get over it.
And listen, man, it's hard to stomach these losses.
Well, the 30 for 30 should be good. When they finally look back on what actually happened last week, to take what was an odds-on championship and just flush it down to a 25-0 embarrassment. What happened behind the scenes? I cannot wait.
It ain't easy to get back there. I can tell you that much.
It's the story's often told.
You're trying to blame us for mentioning the Brahmas like we're jinxed them.
It's all right. The next league we'll be better at.
Yeah, we were just trying to support local.
What was that name on the road? Jane Eagle.
Road Giant Eagle. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good name.
Giant Eagle.
Giant Eagle.
There's all kinds of jokes there. That might stick.
Or Rogina gel. It might be. It might be. It might not be Nagel. It might be Rogina gel.
Hey, Joe's on his own. We got to be nice to him for the next week.
That's right. The 109er put a hat on. Your dome is super shiny. Boy, what's going on? Everybody's just bullying me
well,
today.
It's been a rough weekend.
Sorry, your Brahmas lost, bro.
The Mission's got no hit by the Hooks. Come on now. What kind of weekend is going on here?
What the hell's wrong with you bullies?
A guy named Brooks is the U.S. Open champion.
We had this discussion during the break. Would you rather be named Brooks, Xander, or Rory?
That's a tough one, man. You grow up
if you had to have one of those three names.
Well, see, Brooks, you're just a country club a-hole. Douche. Rory, I don't even know where to begin with Rory. And Xander, kids, I mean, that's some dude that's barefooted, left alone. His parents are hippies. Had a lot of granola. Comes over to your house just to eat chocolate and drink a Coke because at home they're not allowed to have it. That kid never has the lunch money. When they do, it's like a 50.
What would you go with?
I think I'd go with, none of them are.
You
appealing.
have to pick one. Imagine you had to name.
I'd go with Rory.
Rory Thompson.
See, Rory, you can't. That's a terrible name. Rory. It's a terrible name.
Vic, what are you going with?
I'll do Xander.
Xander?
I thought you'd go Xander. See,
yeah.
Do you think that would be the most? I mean, Rory would be like the least accepted. Brooks would also like.
Brooks, you know,
I think Xander's the only one that could maybe be accepted amongst the Mexican American community.
You could also grow into like something cool, but Rory, you're not going to grow in anything cool. And Xander, maybe. Brooks, you're going to become a douche. You
Rory
just
and
can't help
Brooks.
it.
That's. I mean, if you're not a white guy and you're named, if you're a minority named Rory or Brooks, I think you're gonna have a hard life.
Rory.
You don't know a brother named Rory.
I think I did.
The hell you
no,
do?
he played in the NBA. Rory Sparrow. Jeez.
What?
Google it. Rory Sparrow played for the Knicks. I played it.
Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. That is incredible.
We're the same age, man.
Did you know him?
Yeah.
And did he have some Rory to him?
He was a baller.
Oh yeah, but I'm just talking about personality wise.
No, he was older than me.
Was he soft?
Punk.
Sissy.
I took his lunch.
It was a 50.
You don't want none of this. I'll tell you what, you grew up named Xander in my high school. It was going to be a long.
Those kids wore helmets.
Year, dude. They got dropped off at that entrance on the other side of school. We never were allowed over there on the backside where you weren't allowed to see. That's where that bus went. That's where Xander got dropped.
Yeah, we'll talk about the U.S. Open. We'll do that. You know what? At 7:00, we'll break down. Boy, Rory's a big crybaby bitch, isn't he?
He's had a rough couple.
I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
That money was going to be part of the settlement, and he didn't get it.
Crybaby. What a loser.
He had to go home and explain to Mama why he didn't win.
No.
He said, I won't divorce you if you'll win.
Yeah, you thought we were getting back together.
Loser.
I'm with Bryson now. Me and Bryson are a new thing.
That's another douche. I like that name. Bryson. What?
That's one of those basic white kid names.
Bryson, Banjo.
Yeah.
Come over here. Bryson probably used a whole lot of that hand sanitizer long before we ever used it. Bryson was always dipped in hand sanitizer.
That's right. Well, he can buy a lot more hand sanitizer today. Game 5 of the NBA Finals tonight. Rob, you said you'd be surprised if they're within 15.
Yeah, this is going to be
assault.
It's going to be. They're going to put them down easy. They're going to put them down easy. Put them down quick. Let them suffer.
Let's see what the current number is on this game. I mean, it's 15's a lot of points.
Is it 15?
No, there's no way. 6.5.
See, that's telling you it's going to be a beatdown.
You think so?
6.5. It's going to be 10 if it's anything. If it's 6.5, then I mean that'll be an accomplishment. Or It would be one of those games where it's third stringer Sam Hauser's leading Boston in scoring because the game was long over. What we saw on Friday night was just the Celtics came out. If the Mavs were going to lay down and give it to them, they were ready. They would have taken it from them. But the Mavs were going to, they're playing in front of mom. I mean, this is it. There's nobody going to be watching from home tonight. They don't have the kids. The Wags didn't make the flight up. They got one outfit.
That's it.
There's no long-term plans. They've already talked to the travel agent. They know when the family's headed out.
Kyrie says he's going to silence the Celtics fans tonight.
He will, as he takes his jet to Bora Bora.
You won't hear him anymore.
Those guys are headed to the winds, man. It's over.
We'll talk about that game more coming up next hour as well. When we come back, the Astros, Ronel Blanco had a chance to join some elite company yesterday. And they stole it from him.
Could have done it twice.
Stole it from him.
Damn it.
It's Joe Espada. It's like, dude, what's wrong? You're scared to blow out Ronel Blanco's arm? Big deal. You got plenty of pitching. We'll talk about it next. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio is Aggie country. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Ace Superhero Comic Con presented by Thomas J. Henry is coming June 20th through the 23rd. Meet Star Trek's Chris Pine, Spider-Man Far From Home star Jake Gyllenhaal, Pirates of the Caribbean's Orlando Bloom, Star Wars Diego Luna, She-Hulk's Tatiana Maslany, and the Marvel's Aman Vellani. Plus, the Supermen, Ghostbusters Ernie Hudson, and Arrow's Stephen Amell and David Ramsey. Get your event passes now at pmxevents.com. That's pmxevents.com.
The fight for justice never ends. In Texas, there's only one name you need to know. Thomas J. Henry Law. We're one of the biggest personal injury firms in Texas with the money to fight for you. We invest in expert witnesses, investigators, and cutting-edge technology because the best evidence wins cases. And you only pay if we win. No upfront fees, no hidden costs. We give back to the communities we serve, from school supplies for tens of thousands of kids to food for families and pets. Thomas J. Henry. Visit us online at tjhlaw.com. San Antonio.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined with your wallet.
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
When something happens to your car, you might say, but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
You want another way to add excitement to watching the NBA playoffs? Jason Minix here. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It is a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports, especially playing the pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Endless projections to choose from. It is fantasy and it is legal in Texas. So get started by going to the easy-to-use Underdog Fantasy mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, sign up using my promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textblend.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Dun, 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 dun. Morning Huddle. Ronel Blanco was throwing a no-hitter through 7 yesterday for the Stros. 93 pitches through 7 innings, and they said, "You know what, Bubba? We're gonna hand this over to the bullpen." And Ryan Presley, 2024 Ryan Presley, shockingly gave up a hit almost immediately, blew the damn thing. Ronel Blanco could have joined a short list of humans to have thrown 2 no-hitters in the same season. Doesn't happen often. Do you know how many times it's happened, in fact?
I haven't followed, but you think of the greats. You figure like maybe Gibson did it.
Nope.
No. Because you have to throw a lot of innings to get 2 in a year. Like Seaver.
Nope.
Ryan.
Nolan did it.
Yeah.
6 guys have done it in history.
That's more than I'd have thought. 6.
It's a big number. The most recent guy to do it was Max Scherzer. He did it in 2015 with the Nationals.
That's right.
And those were both those times. I think he was like he was near a perfect game.
I remember the second one was it the second? Yeah, it was the second one.
The first one is the one where the guy kind of leaned in, stuck his elbow pad out in the 9th inning, and got on base with a hit by pitch in the 9th inning and ruined a perfect game.
Criminal.
And then the other one was in the 6th inning, reached on an error. Yunel Escobar.
That's the one I recall. The error that.
But
I'm looking at it right there too. That's unfortunate.
Roy Halladay did it in 2010, Hall of Famer.
Forgotten.
Nolan did it in 1973. Virgil Trucks did it in 1952, obviously. Allie Reynolds in 1951.
Allie, yeah.
Everybody remembers
of course,
Allie.
that performance.
And Johnny Vandermeer, 1938. So
who did Johnny throw those?
The first one was against the Boston Braves, and 4 days later against the Brooklyn Dodgers. And he's the only person ever to throw consecutive no-hitters. And he did it all at 23 years of age. Good for Johnny. But Ronel Blanco could not join that elite company. And then ups and downs for the Dodgers yesterday, Rob.
Well,
after Tyler Glasnow was awesome. Shohei Ohtani hit a couple dingers. Mookie Betts broke his hand on a fastball.
Who's catch for the Yankees? Did he have a worse day than Rory?
My God. I got to look into who this catcher for the Yankees. I feel like Edwin could be the catcher for the Yankees and
It's
give
only
up
9 steals.
Control your runners, bro.
Won an inning.
All right, we'll talk U.S. Open on the other side. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM, Floresville.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Stirring fiber, exercising, frequent trips to the store for more laxatives and fiber. Sounds like your constipation with belly pain is a lot to manage. But if your symptoms that keep coming back are signs of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, ask your doctor how Linzess can help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today.
You know, living here in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is almost a requirement. The water is hard. You know this. It affects your appliances and all of that kind of stuff. And the best water softener to buy is a Connecticut quality water softener. Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. They're made in America, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Got a simple design, fewer moving parts, and the best thing about it is there's nothing to plug in. There won't be an increase in your electric bill. Connecticut quality water softeners are the best in the business, and right now they have got the best deal for you. Connecticut is going to let you try a quality water softener in your home for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Call them today. 656-PURE. That's 656-7873 or ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. Connecticut, the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
A rough weekend in San Antonio sports as the Brahmas fell in the UFL Championship 25-0 to the Birmingham Stallions. The Boston Celtics try to close out the Mavericks. Game 5 tonight, pregame 6:30 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Rob Thompson, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Boom, 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 boom. Good morning, Rob.
Morning, AJ.
Morning, Vic.
Good morning.
Edwin's here too. In a room where he's not allowed to speak into a microphone.
The darkened hole.
That's right. Yeah. This was a wild weekend in sports, Rob.
It's getting hot. Getting hot and we got how many fights did we see between the managers and umpires and players?
There was lots of those.
A couple of those little. They got fussy.
We saw another assault in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark assaulted by Angel Reese
again.
Yep.
Assaulted.
Flagrant one.
That poor woman.
I know. I don't know how she does it. And Rory McIlroy was assaulted. And he left a battered man. So Rory, he took advantage of Bryson. I don't want to say Bryson choking away because at the end of the day he won, but it felt like he was choking it away. And Rory made some shots and got himself into the lead. And then Rory choked it away. And Rory officially choked it away because he ends up not winning. He misses 2 putts within 4 feet of the cup. And Rob, if you remember on Thursday and Friday, I saw this. We saw a lot of this. Unless it's like more than 6-7 feet, guys act like these putts are just gimmies. And they just kind of go up and nonchalantly, like they're just going to tap it in. Dude, a 3-foot putt at the U.S. Open, I don't know. I maybe I'd take it a little more seriously. What do I know? Now Rory was one of the most upset men I've ever seen after winning $2.3 million. Because Bryson makes he makes an incredible shot out of the sand.
That was worthy. That shot alone, he deserved it.
Yeah. And he wins by a single stroke. But Rory McIlroy said, you know what? F this. And he just gave his caddy a look and said, let's go.
Do we have any right to be mad at him? I mean, I don't know if I'm mad at him. I mean, what are his responsibilities?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm guessing they've
stand there and like look like a second place winner. Is he supposed to stand there in the background and look humbled or is he supposed to look excited that he didn't win? I mean, what's his job supposed to be?
I don't know what obligations they have as far as like contractual.
Well, so should I be mad at him?
Can you imagine Tiger losing in that way? Like let's say he loses on the last hole, not addressing the media, just leaving.
I kind of can.
I can't.
And I think we would give Tiger a pass. If Tiger went home, he's mad. He didn't. The competitive
so
juices
competitive.
just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, the way I mean, the fact that he was just sitting there waiting and then he lost and was just like, okay, I'm out. It just didn't sit well with me.
Me too. It didn't feel right. But then I thought, what do I expect from him? Like, what's he supposed to do? Like, hang around and just stand in the background and let this other cat get all the glory? And they're gonna, okay, now let's turn to Rory. It's been a decade, dude. How do you feel? Well, how the hell do you think I feel?
What could you have done differently?
Hit a putt?
Yeah, well, I probably would have taken that 3-foot putt a little more seriously. Yeah. He sped out of the players' parking lot in a courtesy SUV less than 10 minutes after DeChambeau's winning putt. Now this is the other thing. They of course they asked Bryson about Rory. And I swear to God, Bryson's like trying to change his whole demeanor. Like he's trying to become likable.
It's not going to work.
He's switched to the rounded brim hat.
Went to the dad cap.
Yeah, instead of the flat bill,
which I appreciate. In fact, it's an effort. I appreciate that.
I mix and match my flat bill with my round brill.
I've bought flat brim. I've never worn one.
Okay.
It just doesn't feel right.
Doesn't work for you.
It doesn't feel right.
What I've never tried to do is do athletic ventures in a flat brim.
No.
So if I were playing in the U.S. Open, I'd wear a curved bill hat.
What is your oldest one? What does he pitch in? Flat? Is it a flat one or does he have a curve?
It's curved, but a very light curve.
Light curve.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think he even looks at it as like a fashion statement. Like he doesn't care. It's like however
his
it comes.
priorities are way out of whack.
Yeah. Well, he still does like the eye black and crap like that he doesn't need to do.
Triangles.
Yeah. He does like the ultimate warrior.
Yeah,
where it's like pouring down his face. Yeah.
Of the wasteland.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, he seems to think so.
I wear it to work.
Well, yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah. It's not today, but most days he does.
It's not tune into
It wasn't as bright outside today.
No, the moonlight normally dances off. Right?
But they did ask Bryson about Rory, and I feel like the old Bryson
would have what?
He would have like punked him out, been like, "Hey, man, the guy lost. Sorry, I wouldn't have run away in my car if I were him, but that's what he decided to do." But he said Rory's one of the best to ever play. Being able to fight against a great like that is pretty special. For him to miss that putt, I'd never wish it on anybody. It just happened to play out that way.
Man, I hate it when I'm going to call it going Kyrie.
Okay.
See, he's going Kyrie on this. And Kyrie had me convinced for a couple of days that he had changed, that what was is no longer the same, that maturation actually happened. And I was very quickly found out that Kyrie we were just being served a bill of goods. That he hadn't changed. We'll see.
I think he's changed some. He still plays in moccasins, but I think
there is that.
Generally, he's coming around.
Okay. Maybe not. And maybe Bryson will come back to the crowd. I'm not mad at Rory for leaving. I think, there's more going on. He's dealing with home stuff. He probably had to make a little bit of money. He left $2 million on the table. He's have to deal with the missus.
Yep.
After convincing her to keep him, not taking half his stuff.
Bryson started he started Sunday with a 3-stroke lead, blew the whole thing, and then got there at the end. Had a 1 over 71, and was the last guy since 2010 to be over par in the U.S. Open and still win the tournament.
Maybe Roy was afraid of Scheffler in the locker room. Scheffler, he's rough. He spent some time in prison and didn't have a good round. So
yeah, he didn't have a good week.
He might have been angry in the locker room. You don't want to be around Scheffler there.
Rory was trying to win his first major since 2014, PGA in Valhalla, and he had a 2-shot edge, and then just bogeyed 15, 16, and 18. On On the 15th, he hit the tee shot over the green, couldn't get up and down for par. And McIlroy, 2.5-foot putt on number 16, hit it too hard and it lipped out. Hadn't missed a putt inside 3 feet all season long. What a hell of a time to do it.
On that pool table that they called a green.
But you knew it was going to be that way.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm no professional golf coach. I feel like maybe I should be, because I told all of them, hey, you're putting too damn hard. You need to use some touch. And missed 2 putts within 4 feet. Terrible. Terrible.
How do you yell at somebody and say, use touch?
Well, I mean, it's just the way. Are you questioning my coaching style?
No, I'm just curious how you.
I mean, you do it your way, I do it my way. My way was
use some touch, damn it.
My way was the right way this weekend, is all I'm saying.
Snap out of it.
Just give it a little tappy.
Rory's it's been a decade, dude. I've tried everything. I'm putting cross-eyed right now.
No, he needs to use some touch. That's what he's got to do. So congratulations, the second U.S. Open championship for Bryson, who, despite Rob's protests, is becoming one of the more popular guys, it seems, on the tour. Everybody seems to see that Bryson's turning it around.
He's going to hit the HGH again. He'll get himself yoked and have the right attitude.
He gave up some muscle mass, and you know what? It's made him more likable. I think Rory was also very angry that he lost to a live guy.
You know what?
I know he didn't like that.
You are right. I'm pretty comfortable saying that without any hesitation. Just the thought that he lost to a liver.
Yep. And shout out to our guy, Will Doctor, who said highest finishing live golfer, Bryson DeChambeau.
Yep.
That's a winner. And Ludwig Oberg.
Hung in. Go fight.
Top 20. There we go. Top 20. Cashed it, baby. Although he didn't have a great weekend. He played so well on Thursday and Friday, it didn't matter. This was a tough tournament, man. Like, the idea that there were only 8 golfers finished over par on the whole tournament, that tells you that course was tough.
Pinehurst number 2 even caused Scheffler to toss his putter. That's brutal golf.
Where did what Scotty finish? 8 over.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Jeez, man.
So what does that tell us? I mean, are we?
He didn't have a single round under par.
I mean, any golfers do. I mean, you can't stay that hot that long, and I think there's been a fair amount of pressure. But when you see the guy who looked like he was headed toward, I mean, if the trends had held on, we were headed toward one of the great years up in PGA history.
Oh yeah.
Are we still comfortable thinking that's possible after an 8 over schlub?
No,
that's like that.
No. Well, I mean, if he keeps winning a bunch of other tournaments, sure. But like, I think winning these majors is what they're all there for. Like, that's all they care about. I think when you get to a certain level, like, nobody knows how many non-majors Jack Nicklaus or Tiger Woods won, because nobody cares. It's all like, how many Sony Opens did Roger Federer win? No one will ever know the answer. Who cares? They golf and tennis, they only count those 4 tournaments. That's it. That's all anybody cares about.
And there's a long time in this season left. I wonder how much we're going to see Scheffler. You get the sense that maybe he needs a couple 3 weeks of detox time.
My guess is he kind of cools it down until the Olympics.
Is he playing in the Olympics?
Oh yeah.
Is he all right.
Oh yeah, USA baby. Who's the
is this going to be kind of are we doing a team format on the Olympics, or is it just we're sending our best and they're playing? Are we doing any kind of Ryder Cup action where we're doing?
I don't know how the scoring is going to go, but here's our representatives in the Olympics. We've got Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Wyndham Clark. Oh, I should have given you that option too, Wyndham. Would you change your mind? Would you rather be Wyndham?
Who names their son?
Would you rather be Wyndham Thompson?
If you have Wyndham as your first name, there better be like some Roman numerals at the end. You better be Wyndham something the 4th.
I like to think that he was named after professional wrestler Barry Windham.
Sure.
That's
or maybe he was conceived in a hotel.
I like to think that, but I might be wrong.
So you're right. I hadn't thought about it.
Colin Morikawa.
All right. So the Olympics are coming up in 3-4 weeks, a month.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll be gone. We ain't got to see those guys.
There's no team thing because there's 60 participants, and the U.S. is the only country that has more than 2 in the field. So, yeah, there's no way to play a team format because nobody else has a team. I'd like that better. That's how they should do it.
Yeah, the Ryder Cup style. That's what we
let there be an individual winner and a team winner.
Right.
It's not that hard. Like, everybody send us your best. But like Trump said, they're not sending us their best.
They're not sending us. They're sending Sepp Straka and Kim Joo-hyung, otherwise known as Tommy
Kevin Yu from
they're
Chinese Taipei.
They're not sending their best.
I never heard of that guy.
Stefan Jaeger from Germany. Come on.
Cristobal del Solar.
Those guys are
from Chile.
I don't know what they've been up to.
Shubhankar Sharma from India. That's the best you got. Fabricio Zanacchi from Paraguay. We got to have better standards to get in this thing.
I want you to go back. What's this guy's name? Shubhankar?
The Indian guy, Shubhankar Sharma.
There he is.
Kiradek Afibarnrat. Afibarnrat. What a name. He's from Thailand. They've got
Afibarnrat.
Oh.
Pachara Congo what am I?
Guido Migalozzi.
No, I can't wait for golf.
Guido Migalozzi.
We got the
Migliozzi
pairing.
Adrian Dumont de Chassau. He's from Belgium. Matteo Manacero.
Do we have any French prominent golfers? We don't have any. We got Brits.
No,
we got Swedish.
There, a French guy finished in the top 5 at the tournament this weekend. Mathieu Pavon.
Oh, Pavon, that's right. And he's on the French team.
Yeah.
And, Pavon was actually all week long in the top 10. He never fell out.
And Victor Perez.
There's a guy named Perez that's French.
Victor Perez is representing France in the Olympics. I don't know if he's actually French.
He's from the south of France.
Yeah.
Southern France.
That's like he's from a border town.
Yeah.
A border.
Right.
He's from the Spanish border.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
They're not sending their best.
They're not sending their best. So what are you going to do? All right. Rob is ultra excited about the College World Series. I mean, Rob, both his sons, they're all talking about this yesterday. I think we got a real chance.
I do. I think we got a real chance.
I think we can win the whole damn thing.
That's a battered Aggie syndrome. But
oh, my
something
God.
will happen.
You guys will never learn. We'll talk about it next. Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 FM.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Are your windows struggling to keep up with the game? It's time to upgrade with Maverick Windows. Stay ahead of the competition with energy-efficient windows. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 to get a free quote.
Diamonds Direct has done it again. This month only, get ready for an offer you can't resist. Buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right, a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet will not last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasic.com.
George Gets Justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George Gets Justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com.
Rob Thompson here for my favorite fantasy app. It's Prize Picks. I'm just one of 3 million people that love more or less. Where else are you going to take a $10 play and turn it into 100x of your cash? It's Prize Picks. And as basketball winds down, the games continue. Yeah, lots of finals action there. More or less, you fantasy guys, you know how to play along with the other 5 million active members. More or less is all that matters. And in June, as basketball winds down, I have got the fun for you. Esports. Yeah, get in on esports every Wednesday and Saturday in June, and your lineup doesn't win, you'll get your entry fee back. Choose the Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, League of Legends. You know them. Go play them. Fantasy games elevated. More or less. It's easy. Take $10, turn it into 100x of cash, and it's so easy to play. Remember the code ALAMO. Go to prizepicks.com. Get yourself signed up. Use that fantasy knowledge. Go play today. That's Prize Picks and Alamo.
Nigel, I'm going on vacation. Don't touch anything.
I won't let you down. Enjoy your time off, J-Dog.
Folks, it's good to take time off, but your home's plumbing and air conditioning, well, when they decide to take a surprise vacation or start working overtime, that's a problem. Call Quarter Moon and we'll get things back on track, working right and at a fair price. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Okay, team, I've supercharged the coffee machine. It's extra hot and dispenses 10 times faster. Allow me to push the button. Quick, call the plumber!
License number TACLA 88589E M16004.
What seems to be the problem?
Doctor, thank goodness. My husband found out Cricket Wireless has 5G plans starting at $15 a month, and his jaw just dropped.
Did he hear about Cricket's blazing fast 5G?
Yep.
Uh-huh. What about their reliable nationwide coverage?
Yes, that too.
I see. Unfortunately, there's no cure. But you will have really fast 5G.
Get jaw-droppingly fast 5G for $15 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Video may be limited to SD. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. Subject to change. See store for details.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you roll a Charmin Ultra Soft on the potty, this is most so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistible soft and nice. My cream is always soft, it's our party body. Everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle, 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star. The men's College World Series, as I like to call it. Not just the regular College World Series, the men's. It's the man's game.
We've already had the women's.
Well, yeah, but they're very different. Men's College World Series action underway. And we got it
was a good day on Saturday.
So far, it's been all good games, right?
We had 3 walk-offs and a game-saving snag over the right field wall to save the Aggies in a 3-2 8th inning.
Now, the games yesterday weren't quite as close.
No, yesterday was a little bit blunt. Man, Tennessee looks good, don't they?
Yeah, Tennessee looks good. Virginia is eliminated. They're gone, dead. Beat it, pal. Beat it. But Tennessee is now 1 win away from playing for the championship.
A&M should be saying the same thing tonight about
You
11.
think so?
1 win away.
They are A&M's taking on Kentucky tonight in a much anticipated matchup. Texas A&M is your favorite. -130 against Kentucky. Kentucky even money. Despite the fact that Kentucky is the 2 seed overall.
Mm-hmm.
They're the higher seeded team.
Well, A&M, they fell out of the SEC tournament early. And
well, because their guys kept getting hurt.
Yeah, and they're doing this without their starting pitcher, but all those guys capable about 3-4 innings. It was truly a team win the other night. But this is by far the best team A&M's put together. Schlossnagel has deep roster. They hit 1 through 8.
Well, we'll see. This Kentucky team looked pretty good. What I watched them, I thought they were going to lose to North Carolina State, and they just would not go away. North Carolina State took a lead in like the 8th or 9th inning. I was like, oh, they got them. They finally got them. What they do, came right back, hit a home run. I mean, that team is good. This is going to be listen, I don't watch college baseball all year, so I'm not like some sort of expert, but it's been some good baseball that I've seen so far. I didn't see the end of the Aggie game because it happened in the middle of the night. Was it a tornado?
Yeah, some kind of a warning, but we're used to that stuff.
We got to get rid of tornadoes. I mean, someone's got to everybody's so worried about we're going to find a cure for cancer. You've been trying for all these years. Maybe take a break on that and find a cure for tornadoes.
Well, we've been working on the space lasers.
Get rid of tornadoes first.
Well, we're working on the space laser. We're going to use them to start the forest fires. And then after the forest fire starting, then we'll use the space lasers.
Can space lasers,
not evil.
Can space lasers stop tornadoes?
We don't know yet.
That'd be a good cause. I hate tornadoes. But no, they were just watching for one. One didn't hit, fortunately.
It's not there. Not yet.
Yeah. But I would have left the state if I were Texas A&M. I would have packed up my stuff and left.
The thing is, the game went off about 10:15. So some Aggies, what do you do while you're in the midst of a tornado delay?
You get lit up.
A little help. And then we kind of rolled in on the Florida.
So what's your
dugout on them about the second or third inning? Got them a little
not
disconcerted.
A good look. Not a good look, Aggie.
Took them down.
What's your confidence level like?
As good as it's ever been. Which is, I've got battered Aggie syndrome. Against Florida, you have a 3-2 lead. You're just trying to get out of the inning. You get past Babe Ruth, and they bring up a dude as he's walking up. They go, well, at least I don't have to worry about homers from this guy. And crack or ping, as it would be in college, nearly over the right field wall, which would have been very Aggie-esque way to choke one away and then probably lose it completely in the ninth. So it would have been appropriate, and they didn't do that. They actually won that game. That's a game that the Aggies ordinarily would have lost in just that fashion.
When you have battered Aggie syndrome, as you do, when your confidence is high, does it hurt more?
It hurts. Yeah, it's much easier to be indifferent.
Do you kind of like, I don't know, or do you ever feel like you're Charlie Brown and you keep kicking at that football? Like, do you feel like one day you're just gonna be like, man, I'm not kicking at this football anymore?
I think that epitomizes A&M football and sports aspirations. Charlie Brown kicking the football.
Man.
Yeah.
So this one will sting big time.
One, it's baseball, so it'll sting for about 30, 45 minutes, but
you'll get over it.
Yeah, we'll move on. But it's an opportunity with a team that is truly special. I mean, this was a team built to win a title in the midst of a lot of other teams built to win.
Aren't they throwing, like you said, they threw like a bullpen game?
Pretty much. Remember, a starting pitcher broke his ankle, sliding into home plate in an ill-advised slide. Couple weeks back or a week or so back. So it was starters by a committee, and they were hoping for 2-3 innings per, and they got it.
Well, good for them. Well, so what's the plan for today?
They're young men, man.
They're going to go at it again. Same guys rolling out there again.
Eat your Wheaties. Let's do this.
That would be weird if they're able to do it. Just have like 5 or 6 dudes throw every game
in the women's World Series.
Oh, those chicks just show up the next day and throw again.
Yeah, the same chick for a woman. Female, through every inning for OU. It was the same Nolan Ryan performance. She was there all the time. So why can't the guys do it?
It was a tight game. Watched it to the end. Thought they were going to give it away right there with you, Rob.
Oh, man, I almost fell out of bed. Seriously, that ball was sailing right. Now, it didn't take a miracle catch, but the glove did have to go over the wall to snag it.
Well, hey, man.
Ooh.
Hey.
That's a game Aggies lose 8 times out of 10.
And you know what?
Schlossnagel got here.
And now it's giving you more confidence that is.
I expect to feel a lot like Rory very soon.
I got a feeling
I expect that I will be leaving without a handshake or an attaboy at some point. I'm just going to just walk out of the room. Like,
Rob,
that's it. They lost. I'm out.
Rob is going to leave a half-drank beer sitting where he's at and just walk away from it.
Leave the house. Just out.
I'm leaving.
Where'd Dad go? Oh, they lost.
He's going to put on his helmet and ride his bike.
Put on my helmet and get on my 10-speed.
Beat it.
Make sure
Don't
I've got
talk to me.
All my flashlights and my safety equipment. And I'm going to go riding down the street.
Now, as part of your battered Aggie syndrome, does your wife, does she take the brunt of it? Does she
no, she suffers through it as well.
Oh, is she an Aggie also?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
the whole
my.
family's Aggies. Me,
yeah.
Everybody you saw yesterday but one.
Wow. Which one was that?
Cole. I mean, no, he's Aggie. But one, Hunter, he started at A&M, transferred to Texas, but we accept him.
Oh, okay.
We accept
And
him. He's all right.
And your older son's girlfriend?
She's Aggie Light, A&M Corpus.
Oh, okay. All right.
So she's a beach Aggie.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Blinn, like a dumb Aggie.
No, I was a Blinn dumb Aggie. I had to go to Blinn. I spent some time at that fine institution.
I think everybody has, huh?
Yeah,
every
man.
Aggie does it a little.
You have to spend some time up there, Brian. You have to figure out what's going on up there.
Man, there's a lot of, and I'm telling you, man, Rob's sons are bought in. They're not beaten down as much as someone like you's been. They're not old enough. They don't know. They don't know what's coming.
I have no idea. We've suffered long and hard here.
I have a buddy in Vegas who's a Bills fan, but he's probably 10 years younger than I am.
So he's fresh at this.
And he's like,
bright-eyed.
I'm like, dude, you don't understand what's going to happen.
Pain.
Like, he's like the loss to the Chiefs is the worst thing that's ever happened to the Bills. I'm like, oh, dude, no,
it could be.
You don't
far
understand.
Worse.
Like this was you wait till you start losing Super Bowls.
Wait till A&M will inevitably lose to Texas here in the next couple of years, and they're going to think it's the worst thing that ever happened. I go, no. I'll tell you, you guys didn't suffer through a loss to Texas and watch a guy win a Heisman Trophy because of it. You didn't watch Ricky run like 400 yards over you in that loss. I mean, there are grades of painful ass defeats. Those are some of the worst.
Is the Justin Tucker one pretty bad?
That one's all right. There were worse. And see, I will tell you, I'm going to qualify everything that I'm saying is I'm one of the few Aggie generations that when I was there, we were dominant.
Were you guys paying players?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
That was Jackie Sherrill.
Okay.
Earlier. I mean, for 4 years, our 12th man was actually Peter Gardia.
That was pre-NIL. They were.
I mean, seriously. So there's a cadre of Aggies that went through in the early 90s that are now kind of in control. We've all made it through life and are now making the money to donate and really take some control over the franchise. And there was my kind of crew that brought in Jimbo. You know what I mean? It was
you guys blew it on that.
Yeah, so we blew it. But
you should have asked me about that. I would have told you. I would have warned you against it.
Oh, no. In hindsight, I think that it served about 80% of the purpose.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, some of it wasn't all of the wins. It was all
name brand.
It was. It was more about A&M decided we were going to go designer. So we just started wearing designer gear. We wanted to show off.
Okay.
To let everybody know that we could if we wanted to. Now we went back to Walmart.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not Walmart. I think Mike Elko's
kind of Target.
Like Target.
We went from Neiman's to Target. You know what I mean? So we went back to our roots, and things were a little bit different. But for about 4 or 5 years, we want to show everybody we leased a Porsche, and bought a fake Rolex, just show off our money, throw a little cash around, just throw a little something. Didn't work, but now everybody knows. Hey, Aggie's got some money.
Yeah,
and that was the plan.
I mean, I think you said this the other day. If you buy a Rolex, you don't care about having a good watch.
No, you really don't. You've aspired to just have what everybody told you was the best.
That's Jimbo Fisher.
Exactly. He was the Rolex.
He's expensive.
Yeah.
He doesn't work worth a damn.
And even if it did, it's really not worth the money you spent on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Mike Elko, Mike Elko's like he's a Tag Heuer. He's not a.
Yeah, I would say he's a very well-made watch.
He's
not going to break the bank.
He's a Belova, like it's like
Belova,
it's like a $500 watch.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Exactly. You can wear it to church, and if you lose it, well,
that sucks. But it's nice. It's a nice watch, but it's not like a.
We didn't go all the way in on the like.
Yeah, it's not putting a Honda Civic on your wrist.
So I think that crew, as we have matured, I think we suffer the most because we didn't suffer while we were there. Now, we had our embarrassing losses. Every Aggie has. But for the most part, in the 5 years I was there were Cotton Bowl wins and top 5 finishes. And then, we left and the rest is history. So it's even more difficult now when you see what's coming, because there's at the end of November, the state of Texas hasn't gone through this in a long time.
Are your boys still like bright-eyed at the beginning of football season? Like they think there's a real chance?
Oh, yeah. They still look at the roster.
Do you feel bad about it?
No, we all have to go through it. We all have to go through the 7 levels of hell that is Aggie football fandom. And, you're going to have to.
That's tough.
You're going to lose a game to a directional school in Louisiana when you don't expect it. It's coming. It's going to happen. You're going to lose a game to a team because your quarterback, stubbed his toe in the locker room and couldn't come out. You're playing third string. Something like that's going to happen. You're going to lose a game because your coach just undresses his team in front of everybody nonstop, and they just can't get out of their own way. There's a lot of ways we're going to lose that these young Aggies haven't run into.
You're going to lose a game because Jimbo Fisher still has the same playbook he had in 1988
and tell his
running the exact same play.
Run the same plays and tell his best players, you're not going to play if you wear elbow pads.
Well,
you're going to do that. You're going to lose
toughen
games
up,
that way.
Boys. Toughen up.
You're going to, like in your bowl game, you're going to lose your starting quarterback like 8 seconds into the game.
Well, and I mean, Rob, listen, you understand now, helmets, pads, they're important.
The older you get, the more
you won't even ride a bike without elbow pads.
No, I am a grown man.
Will you put elbow pads on when you ride the bike?
No, I've never worn elbow pads. I did learn a valuable lesson, though, when I was about 17, 18, and I walked into a locker room and I saw a dude wearing elbow pads getting ready to go play basketball. You see a guy putting on elbow pads, getting ready to go play basketball, you don't want to guard that guy.
No, that guy's tough.
That guy's coming in to do something. He's wearing padding.
No, you're right. I agree with that.
So, no, I don't do that.
All right. Boy, the Kansas City Chiefs are still having more issues. They're adding up felonies quickly. But this next segment, I want to look at the NBA game a little more in depth. Let's get a look at what's it going to take for the Mavs to compete. Rob just kind of threw it away like, oh, they're dead. What's it look like if the Mavs compete today? It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on the Blitz, we're going to take a look back at the NBA Finals, rehash what happened, and now we can look forward to the NBA Draft. What in the world are the Spurs going to do? Mock drafts are all over the place. We'll talk about that. And Cowboy fans, are you ready for a full rebuild? Monday on the Blitz.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bourbon and Brews is heading south for the summer, but don't worry. We're now introducing Twin Peaks Tequila and Cervezas. It's a fiesta every Friday at Twin Peaks with samples of our favorite tequilas and cervezas all summer long. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details. Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Morning Huddle 94.1. Morning Huddle 94.1. AJ and Rob taking you through a Monday. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
In San Antonio, we do.
I believe I'd whoop somebody's ass if they ever said that to me.
Well, Brahma's their Monday and balls
Brahma
back in
should
their
have whooped
bags.
somebody's ass for saying that. For saying
missions
25-0.
got owed. No hitted.
Missions did?
Missions got no hitted.
The hell, Missions? You had 9 innings to get a hit. You couldn't get one?
The Mavericks about done.
Well, that's good for Spurs fans, right?
Anytime they lose, I feel better.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Do you have more animosity towards Mavericks or Rockets? Like, which team do you dislike more?
I think the Mavericks will go down as the team we thoroughly despise because, you know, it's cyclical. There's an equal amount of hatred, but I dislike Maverick fan equally as much as I dislike the Mavericks. And Houston fan, you know, there's some decent Houston fans. They know basketball. I don't think Maverick fan is really a basketball fan first.
It's funny. I've always like you would think growing up in Houston when the Spurs were winning, I would hate the Spurs, but never did. Like the Spurs are like maybe the most lovable dynasty.
Yeah. We weren't threatening.
I mean, I put the Warriors in that group too.
Yeah,
like
not threatening. They were nice guys.
They're guys that you watch and go, oh, Okay.
Yeah, you get it. You're kind of happy that they're winning because they did everything the right way. They
Like the
didn't-
Spurs felt like really nice guys that they built their team the right way, which I always give I think the Warriors don't get enough credit for that. The pre-Durant, that team was drafted.
Absolutely it was.
And like you don't get lucky. Like you not 4 times. You've got to there's something to it. Like taking guys that nobody else wants and making it work. Although, have you seen now the big news, Rob? The news of the day. Klay Thompson, which I hate that this is a thing now, but it's a thing. Klay Thompson has unfollowed the Warriors on Instagram.
Imminent.
Oh my gosh.
Imminent.
Thompson unfollowed the account, deleted almost all team affiliated posts dating back to April 2022.
Wow.
Including Thompson's post from the Warriors 2022 title run. He just deleted it.
Is he mad at him, or is this just what you do when you're making yourself available to other teams? Does he feel like they've sold him short?
I don't know.
Man, they stuck with him a long time.
You ain't lying. Like, but honestly, NBA players are so delusional. I will never, ever, ever understand how James Harden could turn on Daryl Morey.
I know, the guy who sacrificed everything for Harden in 2 different places.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, basically gave up his career for this dude. And then James Harden's like, when I needed you, you weren't there for me. I'm out.
I'm going to China and I'm going to ask for my way out.
What? Like, this dude treated you like he was the golden boy. Maybe Klay Thompson's feeling that same way.
You know, Klay is not anywhere near what he was. He is 30% of what he was.
I mean, Klay Thompson at one point was arguably the best
pure shooter ever to set foot on the planet.
I mean, yes, but also maybe outside of like Kawhi and a couple other guys in the league was the best two-way player in the league.
And knees and all that took it out of him. But I would have him on the Spurs. If he's a free agent and is amenable to speaking, for maybe not the money he could probably get from another team, I would have no problem.
I mean, if you can get Klay Thompson just as a spot-up shooter.
That's it. And the knowledge above it. I mean, while it's hard to get past the warriorness of Klay Thompson and you know, for in our minds, the stink of Zaza, he would be a good guy to have on the roster. He still understands. He still can shoot. I mean, we even saw that this year, given the opportunity. And if you don't ask for much, he's the perfect kind of veteran to go through this.
What did it just? What just popped up on the screen, Vic? Whoop somebody's ass, AJ. Well, let's do it. What are
Who
you
going to take now?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. I haven't kept up with the brigade bar enough. I don't know who's getting their ass whooped. I'm not looking to whoop ass.
Not yet.
No, I'm an old man. I'm a washed up old man. Goldfinger.
Oh, it's Goldfinger calling you out. Okay.
Oh,
you're all talk. No action, AJ.
What am I? What's the talk? Where's the
know.
talk? Goldfinger, join a gym. Go box with someone. You're allowed. You don't need my help. Get your ass in there and start hitting the bag. I don't know.
Motivate you.
I've had my time. I've done it. I'm good. I'm unfollowing you on Instagram, Goldfinger.
That
just like that. That's such a weird behavior. It's such a young guy thing. I don't understand I'm going to unfollow you on Instagram to show that I don't care anymore.
I think that's the thing. I will never understand it, but I do now understand how culturally relevant it is when you do
it's a
something.
thing,
It
man.
does matter, and that tells me he's gone.
Yeah.
Or at least negotiating as best he can. But why? The other thing is, so having never unfollowed for political gain or anger anyone on it, like I'm unfollowing you. And so when he deleted posts all the way back, so he'll never get those posts back.
They're
like
gone.
his championship stuff, unless somebody else has them, he's gotten rid of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's the stuff I don't get.
Yeah.
I don't understand why I'd throw all that out too.
Well, I mean, and maybe he's got I'm sure he's got like the pictures and videos somewhere still, but like
I mean, you can't eliminate. You can act like the history didn't happen, but it did. But I'm going to expunge all past doings with you. I don't get the significance of that. I don't. See
I
what
don't
you're trying
either.
to prove.
But hey, dudes are weird.
But in history, it tells us that this is the ploy that there's a process to exiting a team and finding it, declining an offer and going someplace else. And first, you got to tell them by your social medias, I'm not paying attention to you.
But
I'm
it's
looking
also
elsewhere.
people get very emotional when you unfollow them on social media. Like I unfollow people that like I just don't talk to anymore, or I don't deal with typically anymore. The only people I follow on Twitter are people who like I either work with or have like I use for work. Like
Those are the ones I follow just because I've never unfollowed anyone ever.
Oh, I do all the time, and then people are like upset about it. Like it's someone who I worked with in Houston. When it didn't work with me anymore, I unfollowed them, and it wasn't because like I was like it was trying to take a shot at them. It's just I didn't care what they had to say anymore because they didn't work for me.
But a couple years ago, I reached my friend Max on Facebook.
Oh my God!
Yeah, where you couldn't take any more in, or you had to go be a public figure, and I didn't want to do that. So I went through and I
cleaned house.
I cleaned house, but it was people that I literally had
never
heard of, but I did knock out several hundred.
Yeah,
pretty quick.
I don't have the Facebooks.
And then one or two people were like, "Hey," but for the most part, nobody.
Hey, what happened?
Yeah, like, "Hey, what's this?
You unfriended me?"
Basically, and I got the when did you do this kind of, and this is back over the lockdown, so some of those were eliminated for other reasons, but
yeah, you should have just said
to thin out the flock. I had to go with the true.
You should have said it's personal.
It's personal. I don't want to get into it.
No, it's personal. I don't like you.
There's certain things about you.
Yeah, the thing is
that you were questionable before.
Yeah, I didn't like you before, but then I had a lot of time to think during the pandemic. I was just sitting at home by myself thinking. I was like, you know what? I really hate this guy.
I need to get rid of any opportunity to even see you on a passing little thing on
I
my
didn't
phone.
like it one bit.
I want to see it even flying by. I want no reminder that you exist in any way. Please unfollow me to prove to me.
Clay he just finished out 5 years, 190 million.
Mm-hmm.
He can start talking to other teams June 30th. What's today? 17th?
We've got 13 days to convince him.
Okay. No, you're not allowed to. Don't tamper.
Oh, we don't tamper. We convince. We send intermediaries.
Don't preemptively convince.
This is when Pop flew out to Serbia and hung out with Porzingis.
How'd that work out for him?
Look what happened to us.
Did you get slapped on the wrist?
Yeah. It made the Dolan mad. Marquise Morris backed out on a deal. It was a whole rigmarole because we got caught tampering. A little.
But no punishment from the league?
No, because we, what is it? At the courthouse, the justice is blind, but on the streets, the bitch got eyes.
Oh,
that was one of those things.
Oh,
a little street justice happened to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. More. You don't know this story?
No.
So Pop had gone. We don't have any proof, and nobody ever slapped us.
I know that Pop went to Serbia.
Yeah, flew out there, and you can call it tampering. You can just call it a vacation. But
a lot of guys like to vacation in Serbia.
Yeah, and the Knicks were mad at Pop.
Okay,
and they felt like they tampered. They even turned us in. Nothing came of. A couple years later, one of the Morris twins, Marcus, I forget which one, both of them slaps, had signed with the Spurs as a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Right before the end of the free agent deadline. So he didn't sign, but they'd agreed in principle to a contract. We announce it. Then the deadline passes to sign any other free agents, and he backs out of the deal. Never signed the deal, just backed out of it and signed with the Knicks.
Well, how could he sign with the Knicks if
he was already a Knick and he went back and stayed with the Knicks?
Oh,
so it felt very planned. It felt like the Knicks are like, this is how we're going to get him. We're going to make you think that you're going to sign. And then the deadline goes, he backs out without actually signing the deal, which is unheard of in the league. Once you agree in principle and it's announced, it's a done deal. But no,
that's the street justice.
That's the street justice.
Bitches.
Well, it's karma.
I'll never forgive the Knicks for that.
There's a lot of reasons to hate the Knicks. That's a minor one.
Yeah,
that's a real small one because
I actually blame James Dolan for the Brahmas loss this weekend.
Well, that's a perfectly fine reason.
I don't have any reason to, but I feel like he was involved. Yeah, I'm with you. I'd like Klay Thompson. I like Klay Thompson, the player. I used to love Klay Thompson, the player. I thought that there was a time like people would say he's overrated. I was like, you're crazy. He's underrated because he happens to be playing right next to Steph Curry, who's a freak show. But I get Clay is so diminished now, but he's still got use. Like there's still like he could be one of these dudes who that's his only job is to stand out there, catch and shoot, and
guys
draw a defender because you cannot leave him open.
And his value is as much off the court,
in
practice and in attitude and ethic and all that as it is on the court.
He can be the Udonis Haslem of the Spurs.
Hey man, we've had him before, so let's see if we can keep one that will bring a little bit of title mentality, especially if the rumors of what the Spurs are doing behind the scenes and trading up and doing some stuff are there. They're going to need some old time veteran help because there'll be a lot of kids running around there.
I wonder if Clay unfollowed like Steph and Draymond and those dudes. Like, did he get personal or only the Warriors team?
He'd be a fool if he did that.
Do you think he unfollowed Steve Kerr?
He'd be a fool if he did that.
I would think so. But who knows?
Now, Kerr's around for the foreseeable, right? He got a little bit more money from scratch. He'd be a fool if he unfollowed Kerr.
Yeah. It's funny. The only thing that makes me not like Klay Thompson to the Spurs is the fact that he unfollowed all these people on Instagram.
His dad played for the Spurs for a minute.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. June 30th. June 30th.
13 days.
We'll see. When's the draft?
The 26th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming up fast. That's day one of the draft.
Yeah, day 2 is going to be better.
Oh, yeah.
Always better.
Everybody knows that. All right. On the other side, boy, we got more WNBA action. And are the Spurs trading up? Morning Huddle, 94.1.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line. Touchdown, Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL.
Feel that heat? That's how it should feel when you're outdoors watching your favorite team coming up to bat, not in your home. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy-efficient windows.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
You want another way to add excitement to watching the NBA playoffs? Jason Minix here. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It is a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports, especially playing the pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Endless projections to choose from. It is fantasy and it is legal in Texas. So get started by going to the easy-to-use Underdog Fantasy mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, sign up using my promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
When something happens to your car, you might say, but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois. With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
Ew,
Gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Center.
A rough weekend in San Antonio sports as the Brahmas fell in the UFL Championship 25-0 to the Birmingham Stallions. The Boston Celtics try to close out the Mavericks. Game 5 tonight, pregame 6:30 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Rob Thompson, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AJ and Rob on a Monday, huddling up here. Rob, you come from a family of lawyers.
I know a few, yes.
There's a lawyer in Colorado who has been arrested for DUI 3 times.
What? I'm not even sure that's illegal anymore.
3 times in 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
She, a lady lawyer. Oh, women can practice law in Colorado.
Oh, well, there's a problem right there.
She pled guilty to all 3 cases earlier this year, and according to state disciplinary documents, when she showed up for the January 2024 sentencing,
she drunk?
She was drunk.
Good. It's a rough day.
The presiding judge questioned whether she was under the influence and ordered her to submit to a preliminary breath test.
Well, if she hadn't driven, is it really a crime?
That's what we've learned recently. Like with that guy who was driving on the suspended license or the almost suspended license. I'm going to just, let's play a guessing game. I want you to guess on the day that she showed up for court, her blood alcohol content was.
I'll give her a solid 04.
Ooh.
Midday. She hadn't had a full snoot yet.
I'm sorry.
Oh, a little low.
That's a little low. Let's have one more guess.
08. We're getting there.
Ooh.
So
no, we're not getting there.
So this was later in the day. 1.2.
Well, 1.2 would be over. That'd be all of your blood, and then some more blood would be made of alcohol.
You would now. So if she's not 08,
0.12 would be.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant.
Now coming out of your ears, you're now 100% alcohol plus stuff.
You don't even have blood. How about 0.324?
Oh my.
Hey, let's
nice.
Give it up for
old late afternoon. Late afternoon docket call.
A hell of a job. This chick looks like
Oh yeah, that was well. I don't know why you'd question whether she appeared or was or
If she showed
not
up to be
under
my
the-
lawyer, I'd be like, she was held in contempt of court and had to be in county for 3 days.
She couldn't sign her own PR bond.
No.
Too bad.
56 years old, had no criminal record until 2022 when she backed into a parked car. Her blood alcohol at that time was 0.298.
Well, at least she's doing it right. I mean, she's
she doesn't
terribly
like
slam drunk when she does it. It's not like she's just buzzed. This chick is full on hammered.
Yeah, you don't if you get a DUI at like 0.0, what is it, 0.08 in Texas?
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Yeah, if you get a like with a 0.10 or something, like, dude, I mean,
you're kind of like, you had a beer. You had a little
yeah, I'm not saying
Buzz
you should do
drinking
it.
is drunk. Buzz driving is drunk.
Here's
driving.
what I'm saying: if you've only got a 0.10, you should be good. You should be better at driving. Like,
yeah.
But if you're going with a 0.298, I mean, like, okay, we don't expect anything of you. She pleaded guilty in October of 22. She got 12 months probation, and she had to use an interlock device on her car, which is like where they put the breathalyzer in it, and you've got to have that to start up. And while she was on probation, she got stopped by police in August of 2023 because, well, when she got pulled over, police say Kay backed her car into the police cruiser.
On purpose, or was it she was just trying to find park?
I don't really, it doesn't say. I'm sure she says she was just trying to find park. She was driving another one of her cars, which was not fitted with the interlock device.
Isn't that handy?
She, on that day, had a 0.297. A few weeks later,
is she on the way to the liquor store? I hope at this point, because she's got to be out at home if you're running a 297.
I don't. Yeah, that's what my guess is.
You've run out. There's nothing left. It's that or shoe polish.
A few weeks later, police responded to a grocery store where she had driven her car onto a pile of landscape rocks. 0.297 again. She's consistent. Being on probation, lost her license, being ordered to use an interlock device did not prevent her from repeatedly driving under the influence, according to court records and police reports. She says, I'm not proud of any of this and embarrassed by it all. Addiction doesn't have any boundaries.
True that.
She's serving jail time through October, is allowed out on work release. Like, what is she getting out and then like doing lawyer stuff
in front of the same judge that put her in,
going back and sleeping in her jail cell?
Well, she only gets 17 cents an hour as the representing attorney. She's getting legal aid, wages, and prison pay. It's good with a commissary. With every win, she gets an extra box of ramen.
Man, she's like, I'll represent you, but it's going to cost you 3 cartons.
It's going to cost you some cartons.
That's right.
And some yard love, if you know what I mean.
I don't work for free, honey. I don't work for free. Speaking of legal issues, man, the Kansas City Chiefs keep running into these things.
Well, that proves you're a champion, right? Once you're a champion, you're supposed to go and get in trouble with the law.
So you remember Isaiah Buggs was the guy who left the dogs in his house, abandoned the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Animal cruelty in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Well, he said, you know what? I can do better than that. Misdemeanor?
Hold my beer.
Misdemeanor? Watch this, Bubba. How about domestic violence and burglary charges in Alabama? This guy, he seems like he can't get out of his own way. But here's what, there appears to be a reason why he keeps getting in trouble with the law there in Tuscaloosa. His agent alleges that his client is a victim of an ongoing subversive campaign to force the closure of the hookah lounge he owns in Tuscaloosa. We don't want y'all smoking any of them hookah drugs here in Alabama.
So who wants it closed? Who's behind this conspiracy to close?
It sounds like Tuscaloosa County,
like the churches and whatnot,
which is where he. I mean, I would argue that, you know, you did kind of leave those dogs in an abandoned house. Hey, like, is that do you think they're only pointing that out because they want to close your hookah shop? Because they didn't release any details about the domestic violence or burglary charge. So somehow we got all the details about like the breeds of dogs that he left in his abandoned house, but he's accused of arrested for domestic violence and burglary. And there's no details. No details have been made available, and the Chiefs were aware of the case, but they declined to comment because they're tired of commenting on their players getting arrested. But he turned himself in back at the end of May, and now another arrest. And of course, Rashee Rice still facing 8 felony charges, which it's hard to rack up 8 felony charges, but I mean, unless you're like a serial killer. But Rashee Rice, I don't believe, is a serial killer, but he does have 8 pending felony charges. And then he's got a couple linemen, Godric and Morris, arrested earlier in the month just for possession of marijuana, misdemeanor possession of marijuana. So the Chiefs offseason, boy, it keeps getting better. It keeps getting better.
I find this hookah issue very interesting.
You believe it?
I'm reading up on this thing.
On his particular hookah shop?
I'm following his Twitter anger.
Oh, is he enraged?
Well, King's Hookah Lounge is his hookah place there in Tuscaloosa. And I thought he was an Alabama type. Like he went to Alabama. He didn't. He was Mississippi type. He just lives in Tuscaloosa. And he said he opened it back in 23. It's a family-owned place. Worked his whole life, his ass off, asked for no handouts, and they're trying to shut him down.
Well, yeah.
They have over 1,000 people sign a petition, says they want to stay.
What's wrong with this hookah lounge?
Position, and we need to get everyone to support. They're going to have a hearing on June the 25th to see if they're going to be allowed to continue to stay open and serve their hookah stuff.
Is there only one hookah lounge in Tuscaloosa?
I think there might be, well, at least only one King's Hookah Lounge.
I think there might be another government-sanctioned hookah lounge.
I've never actually been in a hookah lounge in the United States.
I've not either, to be honest.
It's kind of like when I hear hookah lounge, I kind of hear, in my mind, massage parlor. Like, what is this, like a legit hookah, or are we talking about happy ending hookah?
So
I mean, what exactly kind of hookah we talking about here?
I've only messed with. I don't even honestly. I don't know what what the purpose of hookah is.
Just smoke those dried fruits. That's.
But
you'd think you're sitting there. Everybody's in there.
It just
smoking.
gives you a headache.
Well, it tastes good. The hookah stuff that I've smoked before, it's got an interesting kind of flavor. But everybody thinks everybody's smoking weed in there, but they're not.
I know, like
it's like smoking potpourri.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah,
it's kind of smoking potpourri.
The great thing about weed is it gets you high.
Yeah, there's that.
That's like probably one of the top benefits.
But, if you're driving down the road, well, that would be the number one primarily. I think if you ask, if it wasn't for the high, I don't think I'd do it.
Yeah, but if you're smoking a bunch of dried banana peels and
it's like smoking a salad, it's
pineapple chips, it's like
it's healthy.
Well, what I don't really get. My buddy brought back a hookah from Afghanistan on a deployment when I was in the Army, and we sat in his barracks room and smoked it, and I was like, "Am I supposed to feel something?" And he's like, "Yeah, you feel a little." I was like, "I don't feel anything. It's just weird." But people pay money for it, I guess. Like they're into it.
I don't know I'm sure that in some of them that might be something more illicit than others. But
I guess kind of like a cigar lounge, right? Like,
well, that seems to be a little bit more upmarket,
Oh, well, certainly.
And you see hookah lounge, and you go, is that like a legit hookah lounge, or is there something going on in there?
Well, here's what I don't like about the idea of a hookah lounge. You don't like these hookah pipes are these big, they're not quite, it's not a bong per se, but it's like a big communal pipe.
Mm-hmm. They give you your own little nose piece.
Okay.
When you get there, and you click it on.
And then you take it off and they supposedly clean it?
Supposedly, yes.
How often do you think they clean those things?
At least annually. least once
That's
a
what
year.
I don't like sharing my tools of engagement with strangers.
Therein lies the rub. That's why you need to go get your own hookah.
It's so funny because like I wouldn't have a problem like passing a joint back and forth with someone.
Yeah,
but then I'm like the idea of using someone's hookah. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Gross.
That's gross.
That's disgusting.
Have you ever wiped off a cup or a can from like when your wife handed it to you?
No.
I mean, what if a friend like handed you like, here, have a drink?
I would have a drink.
Would you like wipe it?
No.
I've always found that a little odd.
Listen, but if it's oddly enough, if it's a stranger, I wouldn't take a drink from them.
Oh no, not at all.
But like, I don't have to be like buddies with them. I was at your house yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I met your older son and his girlfriend the first time I'd ever met them.
Mm-hmm.
If one of them had offered me a sip of their beverage, I would have taken it, not thinking twice.
Yeah, I well, on the other side of the glass.
But
out of the can? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Out of a can, I think I would have.
I think I might have. But I mean,
unless he had like a big
that's what I'm saying,
a hunk of skull in or something,
or like a recently healed.
Yeah, if he's got like
scab.
a cold sore, maybe not.
Not at that point.
But he seems to be in a committed relationship. And,
Rub it off with your elbow.
Yeah. No, I think I might take a drink of it.
Just do that one time in front of your wife if she hands you something. Just like wipe it off in front of her. See what her reaction is.
Yeah, I don't think
rub it on your shirt. Give it back.
I saw a video the other day where a dude, like a girl, drank some of her boyfriend's or husband's orange juice, and he took the straw out and like out of disgust and started drinking it out of the.
Do that in front
and
of him.
she like reached over and grabbed his food and licked it and put it on his plate.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
You want unclean, you're gonna get unclean.
Yeah. That put way worse stuff than that in your mouth,
My
honey.
nuts might be on there before you know it.
All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark. That's
So,
right.
What day is it? It ends in Y. We have to. Right?
She's a juggernaut, Rob. She got assaulted and still balled out.
You can't stop her. You can only hope to contain her.
I mean, some teams have stopped her.
Well, I mean, stopping's a broad
But
term.
the Chicago Sky couldn't stop her. We'll talk about that. And at the bottom of the hour, I like to call it, around 8:30, we're going to talk about the Spurs and the possibility of them trading up. Later on in the program, we've got the PFF list of quarterbacks, ranking the 32 quarterbacks, Rob. Where do you think Dakota lands on that list? It is the Morning Huddle right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on the Blitz, we're going to take a look back at the NBA Finals, rehash what happened, and now we can look forward to the NBA Draft. What in the world are the Spurs going to do? Mock drafts are all over the place. We'll talk about that. And Cowboy fans, are you ready for a full rebuild? Monday on the Blitz.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. What are you waiting for? We want to buy your car right now. Find out why. Thousands of satisfied customers across the United States put more money in their pocket by going to GiveMeTheVin.com. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Maybe it's time to ask your checking account. What have you done for me lately? My Advantage Checking from Generations Federal Credit Union does more. My Advantage Checking pays you 2 days early, plus shopping rewards, identity protection, and much more. My Advantage Checking treats you right. So make the switch. Learn more at Generations Federal Credit Union. Member owned, community grown. Member eligibility requirements apply. For complete terms and conditions, visit mygenfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. While leaning over the fence, your neighbor said you could save money bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. Your neighbor leaned over a little too much and broke your fence. Dumb news. Somehow fence wood is more expensive than wood. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and to plant really tall shrubs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to now.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
We're here with Jose Rios, attorney at the Gomez Law Firm. If you are injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, Jose, what's the first thing our listeners should do?
The first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google JoeGomezLaw.com.
Gomez Law has been protecting the people of our community for almost 50 years. They're the leader in personal injury law.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do carbon monoxide cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries.
But that's not all your firm does, Jose. Tell us a little more about other cases Gomez Law takes on and wins here in Texas.
Really anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit JoeGomezLaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime! Yesterday was showtime for the Fever.
It's always showtime for the Fever. Speaking of,
oh yeah, what a victory!
I read this weekend where the WNBA expects to lose right at $58 million this year.
Oh my God!
Can you imagine with all this, they're still going to lose some money.
I just finished an audio book about the rise and fall of WCW.
Oh, okay, very interesting read.
And like the NWO, the wrestling war, the Monday Night Wrestling Wars, and like they were making so much money at one point, and then by the time the late 90s, early 2000s came around, they were losing on average like $60 million a year.
How do you lose that kind of money in wrestling? I don't understand. Where's the money going other than drugs and HGH? I mean, exactly where are you spending the money for you to go south?
They had signed a deal where, like with Hulk Hogan, that any pay-per-view he was on, he got, not only did he get 25% of the pay-per-view buys, he got 25% of the gate.
So
on
he George
tickets.
Foreman'd them. He went in. I
Yeah.
get everything. Gotcha.
And it was guaranteed. And like on top of that, all these wrestlers saw what Hulk Hogan was getting, and they were like, "Well, we want this deal for us." So they like had too many guaranteed contracts on washed up old ass wrestlers, and they were just paying out the ass
And
for
if
these
that
dudes.
can't work. We're talking about the WNBA with the highest TV relevance they've ever had. They've sold more season tickets this year than they have, I think, in the previous 5 years combined. And we're talking about a ridiculously successful. They've got high TV ratings, and they expect to lose $50 million.
I really don't understand how that's possible, because like at least with that their WCW thing, you can understand it because they're paying millions of dollars in contracts.
Well, there's also the way that the WNBA was set up, because the WNBA is a subset, of the NBA, and the WNBA.
They don't like to talk about that.
There's
please.
some accounting things that are happening that might change the way whether the WNBA is profitable or not. But the WNBA is sucking it dry, or getting sucked dry by the NBA. The NBA is pulling some of this because it's theirs.
I just have a hard time. I mean, what's the costs?
Well, you're paying, like $30,000 a year to your players. I mean,
That's
what's
what
the
I'm
max?
saying.
Like $75K for that.
Yeah.
Now they're having to. They can't fly commercial anymore, so they're having to lease some airplanes.
I don't know.
The NBA has lost money due to the WNBA's inability to cover the cost of running the league with professional athletes. The partnership with the NBA is now hurting the Women's Professional Basketball League in its current deal. The NBA finally sees a return on the WNBA partnership, and with that, they're taking some of the profits.
Oh,
Adams revealed that NBA loses on average $10 million annually, and never has the WNBA covered an NBA's loss. But now the NBA is covering some of the WNBA's loss.
But so what he's saying is now that while the WNBA is making more money than ever, the NBA is actually taking some of it.
They take 40% of the revenue from outside investors. The WNBA raised $75 million from Nike, NBA owners, and the NBA itself, and others in 2022 to get roughly 20%, leaving the teams and players in the WNBA with about 40% of its revenue. So they're having to give. They're kicking some up to the boss, is what they're doing.
I mean, this is wild. This is ridiculous. I've never heard of a situation. I mean, I guess it's very similar to that WCW thing where it's like this business is losing money year after, except at least with WCW, you could say there was a time when they were making big money.
Right.
The WNBA's never made money, yet they're like, you know what the answer is? Let's put more money into it. I mean,
and it's also accounting. You can lose $50 million and still be relatively profitable, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's loss and then there's loss.
Yeah.
So I think there's some accounting tricks, but what I can tell you is the WNBA is going to have to split from the NBA and become its own entity very soon if we're going to see anything kind of growth. Because the players are going to demand it. If we're giving 40% of our gross to the NBA and we're already scraping by on $75K a year.
Be careful what you wish for.
You become the WCW. You become that own entity that no longer has the
We
financial
don't need
support.
you anymore.
Right.
Okay. It's like it's a kid who's like, I'm moving out.
Go ahead.
I don't need you. I don't need your help anymore. But then they're calling 3 weeks later. Can you help me pay my cell phone bill? No, honey. We're not paying your cell phone bill,
You don't
Angel
need me.
Reese.
Remember, you don't need us.
Caitlin Clark, you need to go get your own insurance, car insurance. I don't pay that anymore. You moved out of my NBA house.
And enjoy Southwest.
That's right.
Because that the charters and we're
you're gonna be on Spirit Air, girl. Caitlin Clark's face on the side of a Spirit airliner.
We're buying you all Frontier Airline gift cards. Just get to the games on time. We don't care how.
Caitlin got assaulted yesterday by Angel Reese. Flagrant 1.
I watch basketball for a lot of players.
Yeah.
Mostly especially those that assault
for
Caitlin.
2.
And if I can watch one of the players that I watch just because I like to watch, and I get to watch her assault Caitlin, that's kind of a double bonus.
That is. The Fever won 91-83. Angel Reese charged with a flagrant 1. She says she was just making a basketball play as she tried to stop Caitlin Clark's dominance. Caitlin Clark with maybe her best game 23 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, still with the 5 turnovers. She can't stop with these turnovers. Protect the ball, Caitlin.
So that's are the Heat or the Fever? Are they turning the page? Are they better now?
Well, yeah, they started out 1 or 0-4 or whatever they were, and 0-5.
Well, they won 4 games, 5 games,
5 and 10 now.
5 and 10.
So they're now starting to play. They're starting to play, decent ball. Fred says Angel Reese is a trashy player and just an average player. Angel Reese is literally better than Caitlin Clark so far this season. That's
Angel
the
Reese can
thing.
play. Back off. See, this is the kind of stuff.
I mean, I don't know about her being trashy. I mean, to me, I like a girl that'll play in. If you're playing with weighted down eyelashes,
I mean, how hard it must be to run.
You ain't lying. I mean, that's difficult.
Either your eyes are forced closed or forced open.
I give her credit for that. But as far as being an average player, like we talked about those rookie rankings the other day, and she was way ahead of Caitlin.
Yeah.
Caitlin's like, I mean, again, this was a great game for Caitlin, but she leads the league in turnovers like by a mile. I don't know. I don't know that Angel Reese is just an average player.
Well, Caitlin's gonna finish out the season. She's gonna play through, and we'll get her on the Olympic team.
Oh, I got news for you, Bubba. Maybe you look over here at these WNBA standings. Look who's in line for a playoff spot now.
Sitting at 8 with only 5 wins.
That's right.
And a potential playoff berth.
If I'm the Connecticut Sun, I'm terrified right now.
What happened to Vegas?
They suck. I left.
So you left town. Becky Hammond. I mean, it's the same town. Seriously, what happened to Vegas?
I don't know. I saw a highlight yesterday of I guess it was Saturday of the Vegas Liberty game. And the Liberty they're for the longest time they were the only team that was even close to Vegas as far as like how good they were.
What was it? Liberty beat them in the regular season, and Vegas beat them.
Yeah,
for the title. Yeah.
But the Liberty or the Aces would like sit their players in those games, and people were all pissed off because they weren't seeing the best players.
That was so Becky Hammond. That was Greg Popovich through on those.
Well, Kelsey Plum got basically like clothesline tackled, and Becky Hammond was like losing her mind, like looked like she was going to pull her hair out because they didn't call a foul. Then they let let the Liberty just go down and shoot a wide open 3 because Kelsey Plum still laid out on the ground. She got assaulted.
Big girl basketball.
Oh yeah, welcome to the league,
the
Kelsey.
League. You got to bring it.
That's what she said. Welcome to the league, honey. And if her name was Caitlin Clark, that would have been a flagrant 1. But
so how many games are left in this season?
Oh God, I think there's 32 in the season.
So we're about third of the way.
Yep.
What are we need to at 8:30? I want to what the odds for the Fever in the playoffs are.
I'll see if I can find them.
They are going to the playoffs, by the way.
Okay.
Just like Iowa was.
We're
going to
find a way.
The Fever will be in the playoffs.
We're going to find a way.
There'll be a player suspended. There'll be something happen, but they're going to win the games required to get in and play at least in the first round of the playoffs.
Well,
without hesitation.
If they get in the first round, they have to play the Connecticut Sun.
It'll be is it 2 out of 3? Is that what they do?
Yes. I don't know.
You just put it in the bank that the Fever will be in the playoffs.
You like how I've lived in a town where they've had the WNBA championship the last 2 seasons? I have no idea what the rules are. I don't know what they do. That's why they can't get away from the NBA because
they've got this midseason tournament coming up too.
The midseason classic?
Yeah, they did it first. Remember, they did it with the WNBA to see if it would be palatable for the men.
Oh man.
So we got that she could win the midseason tournament.
She could. Who won the midseason tournament for the men?
That is so important. I think the Lakers.
Oh, the Lakers did win it.
The Lakers did, yeah.
Should hang that banner.
It matters.
It matters.
Oh, they will at the beginning of the season.
No, they won't.
Oh, are you kidding?
No.
Miami will hang it up for them. They'll put one up in Miami.
I was gonna say, I think there's franchises that would. I don't think the Lakers will.
Miami hung a Jordan retirement banner.
What?
Yeah, Miami's got a Jordan banner hanging up. They'll hang up anything.
The hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's. Did they hang it up? Does it say?
They better have a midseason. I mean, I was told by Silver that this is important. They better treat it as such. We got special uniforms for it.
Oh, they did. Oh, that's weird.
felt what? Oh, there we go.
That's embarrassing.
To see, they felt pressure from the league. It matters. This
I
is
bet
important.
they did, because I can't imagine if I owned the Lakers, I'd be like, don't hang that thing up in my gym.
Look what it meant to the franchise overall.
Oh yeah,
Almost they had to go get a new coach and all kinds of stuff after this.
Almost got him into the playoffs.
But at the very least, what's the coach?
Frank Vogel?
No, the
new one?
The other one. The one that just got fired after Frank Vogel got fired, but before the new coach that hadn't been hired is going to get fired. Darvin Ham
that's
can
right.
leave with a title. He can leave with a
He's
banner.
a champion.
He's got a ring. Well, it's not. It's a pinky ring.
Championship pedigree.
What do you get? Like a stick pin? You don't get a ring for the midseason.
No, you get like a
ring? Nose ring.
Maybe it's one of those like a pin that you would
lapel pin that
lapel pin.
So he's got that, not a ring, but a lapel pin.
Fancy one with a chain.
Yeah,
that goes to your pin, like your writing pin.
See, that's what,
or your wristwatch or your pocket watch. I mean,
see, Darvin's got some time on his hands, so he's got that to go with him.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. All right. When we come back, I want to talk about the idea of the Spurs trading up in this draft, which is an idea that seems to be gaining momentum, and I am really against. But Rob, I don't know, I don't want you to give away your source, but Rob might have heard
somebody told me
some
that
information.
This Sachet cat might be real.
We'll talk about that on the other side. So Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1.
Are your windows struggling to keep up with the game? It's time to upgrade with Maverick Windows. Stay ahead of the competition with energy-efficient windows. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 to get a free quote.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving scratch food and pouring quality cocktails every day after dark. Visit a Twin Peaks near you and experience the best late night in the league. Today, tomorrow, or any day of the week. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
As you know, summer is right around the corner, and for most people, that means more activities, more golf, more biking, more of whatever you love to do. But if you're dealing with aches and pains, your more could become less. This is why I'm here to tell you about Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. You see, instead of masking your pain, Relief Factor's formula is designed to help reduce or even eliminate it. It's 100% drug-free, and it's been a game changer for so many people. So let's get after it this summer. Let's feel good. Let's do more of the things that we love to do. Don't let pain keep you down. Give Relief Factor a try and save on your first order. Go to relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. Help fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Ooh, what a dinger.
Man, I miss our days playing ball. But ever since I turned 40, just thinking about taking a lap around the bases
makes me tired.
You ever think lower testosterone is the issue?
What are you saying?
After 40, the body has less testosterone, impacting your drive. That's why guys like me take Nugenix Total T to keep their energy up.
Nugenix really works for you?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I feel great. Getting up early for workouts. I'm focused, energized, getting things done at work, in the gym. I even feel more passion in my relationship.
How do I give Nugenix a try?
Send them a text for a complimentary bottle.
Text TEAR to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text TEAR to 321321. That's TEAR to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Rob Thompson here for my favorite fantasy app. It's Prize Picks. I'm just one of 3 million people that love more or less. Where else are you going to take a $10 play and turn it into 100x of your cash? It's Prize Picks. And as basketball winds down, the games continue. Yeah, lots of finals action there. More or less, you fantasy guys, you know how to play along with the other 5 million active members. More or less is all that matters. And in June, as basketball winds down, I have got the fun for you. Esports. Yeah, get in on esports every Wednesday and Saturday in June, and your lineup doesn't win, you'll get your entry fee back. Choose the Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, League of Legends. You know them. Go play them. Fantasy games elevated. More or less. It's easy. Take $10, turn it into 100x of cash, and it's so easy to play. Remember the code ALAMO. Go to prizepicks.com. Get yourself signed up. Use that fantasy knowledge. Go play today. That's Prize Picks and Alamo.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Momentum building for the San Antonio Spurs to potentially trade both of their picks and move up to the top of the board.
And if they do so, it doesn't appear they'd be going for the guys that we've seen consistently as the #1 pick. Now, we've heard a couple of names mentioned, but most of the time it's been Sarr or Klingon. Talked about it #1. But if the Spurs do it, it appears that the rumors are saying it's the Risache kid that they would be chasing at #1.
I'll be honest. This dude has shot up the charts because the most recent NBA draft.net mock has Risache #1 as well to Atlanta. Like,
I don't get it. There's so little video of him. So obviously the league has seen so much more than the average fan. But the video that I have seen, when they show me his highlights, and keep in mind, it's just his highlights. I'm not saying full games. He looks good, but he doesn't look like there's something that separates him from other good Europeans that are never going to be good here. And obviously there's something there. I ran into a friend of mine who works in the periphery of the Spurs, but in this, and they are indeed very intrigued. I don't know if it's the French connection. I don't know how much role Wemby plays into it. That's a lot to do to go get him, to trade your 4 and your 8. You better be damn sure. This is a career-defining move for Brian Wright. Career-defining. Now, you've got a long runway. It'll be hard to screw this up because Wemby can play with anybody, looks like, and be successful. But if you trade your 4 and your 8, this guy better be an all-star in 2 years.
Says NBA comp. This is where I'm like, oh my God, really? You're going to trade up for this? NBA comps. Franz Wagner, Rashard Lewis.
See, again, it does speak to the depth and the quality of this draft. And, when it's that shallow, maybe it won't be as, it's a crapshoot anyway. And a lot of people are going to fail in this draft. A lot of these guys are not going to work out.
Apparently this guy is defensively is very good.
Which would make more sense because certainly though Pop claims to have nothing to do with the draft process, defense would play a huge role in the upside. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he's a 3-and-D guy. I'm with you, man. It says here the weaknesses, readiness, toughness, and intensity are all question marks. not an elite athlete, 31-inch maximum vertical at combine. He has to add some weight to be able to play at the next level. Thin frame causes him problems on both ends of the floor. Physical opponents can still make his life difficult. Oh, there's a lot of those in the NBA. Jumping off 2 feet needs work. Standing vertical leap needs work. Quadriceps are probably not as strong as his calves. Has problems putting the ball on the floor. Dribble is too high. Pull-up game is still a work in progress. Can't really create his own shot due to the lack of an elite first step and loose ball handling.
See, that's what I've seen. When because you're going to be shown offensive highlights. Defensive highlights just don't, feed the bulldog as far as the public. In his offensive highlights, I never saw anything that told me physically that there's something different than every other guy in Europe. I mean, what are you doing that's going to show me the difference? And he's young, but a 31-inch vertical at 18 or 19, it ain't going to grow much. It's not. He will not suddenly become a jumper. And then you're telling me that he's a 2-footed jumper on top of that? There's little things that kind of show you the keys of where a player might end up. Now, what happens above the neck matters, but physically, I just don't see it, or at least haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I don't really get it. And
every year there's those guys. This could be a massive smokescreen. Massive.
And oddly enough, he's projected to play the position that Wemby really wants to play.
Kind of this mobile 3.
Like that's if Wemby had his druthers, that's what he would be, is like a sort of a wing.
Mm-hmm.
And not a big,
an offensive rip and run guy who will defend the post. That's what I think he views himself as. And this guy comes in to do it. Now, if he's got the shot that they're telling us, and he seems to be a pretty smooth, soft shot, and if you can find the space to get those shots off in Europe, that tells me a lot. It's difficult to get those shots open. They play defense a different way, and there's not a lot of angles. So that does matter. But there's so little film on him. And I know that the league certainly has a much better access to things like that. But you move your 4 and your 8. I don't care if it is a shallow draft like this or you're guaranteed to pick somebody up in the second round that'll help. It's career defining. You screw it up, you don't get another opportunity with that franchise.
No, I agree.
Most of the time.
And I mean, because the truth is, with a 4 and an 8, I don't know if you're expected to find 2 starters. You're expected to find 2 rotation pieces, like 2 guys that are going to be in your top 8.
Well, 30 minutes a game of play. You better at 4 and 8 within 2 years, 30 minutes of game time better be used by those 2 guys. Maybe it's 28 and 2, but you better have a legit starter or very functional rotation players with a 4 and 8 very soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like when you look at this kid, he is so young and so raw. And some people look at that as the good thing, I guess. Like, it's like, well, that's the upside, is he's young and raw.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just barely 19 years old.
And I wonder how much Wemby, his role in this is. Now, obviously, the French players are far more prepared than they've ever been to be coming into the NBA. So it's not that crazy to think of another Euro coming and joining. And I use Euro as a broad term. But
we saw Wemby like playing over there. Like, we saw what he was doing. And it was like, oh, wow, this guy's hardly played.
And that's why I thought it was a smokescreen until this weekend. And I'm starting to believe there's a little bit more fire to this smoke than I first thought.
Well, I'm still on the team that says draft Stephen Castle and Donovan Clingan. I think the more and more I look at it, it's like, it's going to be hard to get both of those guys. But if you get one of them at 4, I'll be pretty happy. Whatever they end up happening with their 8th pick. But
at the very least, 2 of those kind of guys.
Yeah.
A hard-nosed guard, whether he's 6'6" or 6'3", and a dominant frontline guy. He needs to be good at 2 of the 3 things that frontline guys do. I don't care. Pick the 2. If they can come out of that, I think that it would be viewed as a universal success. And it doesn't have to be Castle and Clingan. It could be the Providence kid and another board clearing guy. I don't know. You name them. But I think if they come out with those 2 skill sets, we'll look at this as a supreme pass.
Yeah, and if you want a good big, I mean, you probably want to take him early, because that's the spot where there's the least amount of there's guards all up and down this draft. But unless you like Kyle Filipowski, which I don't particularly.
He's yeah.
I
He
mean-
might have some game. I don't know. He's got a smooth shot for 6'10", but certainly slow-footed. Not a lot of defense there.
Yeah. So he certainly doesn't fit like what you would think of the Spurs being.
No.
So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to. All I know is the board is changing constantly. I still think there's guys who I just imagine being good Spurs fits. And I don't know why they're not interested in Donovan Clingan, but it seems like they're really just not. But again, that may be a Spurs. They may be just holding their cards super
would
close to
not
the
be
vest.
surprising. Do you wonder, again, how much Wemby is playing a role in this? I mean, does he have an attitude like Brett Favre had? Like, don't even bring in another quarterback. I don't want my backup on or somebody. Don't even bring in another big. Is it that kind of attitude? I doubt it.
I don't know, but that's like, see, John says Spurs have a pretty good center already. Doubt they go that route. But that's the thing is Wemby doesn't want to play center.
And Zach Collins, I think, is who he's talking about. He's okay, but the dollar amount is too high.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Wemby.
I hope he's talking about Collins. I assumed he was.
Wow.
Because while we'll tell Wemby plays center on defense, kind of. He is not a center. He is not a 5 by any part of what the definition is, either modern or old. He's not.
And this is, I said this before, I'll say it again. When the Spurs make these picks and when the Spurs make any decisions from this day forward, the only guy they should consider is Victor Wembanyama. Everybody else is movable, replaceable. They're just guys. I mean, I know that they're Spurs, and there's probably guys that you guys have grown like an attachment to, but for the long term, the only one that matters being around in 5 years is Wemby. If the other ones have come or gone, whatever. If you find someone better than them, great.
And there's a lot of them better than them.
I think so.
There's a lot of better than what we've seen.
I know that I've seen a lot of love for Devin and Keldon. I get it because they're the next best players on this team right now. But and John says Wemby thrived when he was moved to center.
Moved to center. How do you define being moved to center? What does a center do? And what was he doing? Now, he might have been called a 5. He might have been, you could tell him he's a center. But when your center's grabbing rebounds and pulling up at the 3-point line and dropping bounce passes to a cutting guard, is he really playing center?
Not really.
You can call him that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you can tell him, and he did blossom. But some of that was being allowed the freedom of no Zach Collins in there and some other smaller dudes to do what he was doing to close the season out. It was a product of the personnel. Yeah, he's the tallest guy out there. So by that, yeah, he's a 5. But what he was doing, that wasn't center play. And Pop wants a guy to set the picks, to be in the paint, to be that hub to the spokes. He always has, and he will have another one, whether he's a Euro, a new draft pick, or somebody on the roster. There'll be somebody playing that with Victor on the floor where you'll truly see he is not the 5.
What I know is if you pair him with Donovan Clingan, it gives you a lot of options because Clingan is a 5. Clingan is an old school 5. And the other thing about it is he is an elite shot blocker. And the idea that you can have 2 incredible defensive players and 2 bigs that play it's not dissimilar to what they're doing in Minnesota. Remember Carl Anthony Towns. Carl Anthony Towns is a center. At least that's what most people considered him until Rudy Gobert got there, and then Carl Anthony Towns got to play the position that he's more comfortable playing, which is really he's just a gigantic wing. That's what they would do with Wemby. He would become the Carl Anthony Towns, and Donovan Clingan would be the Rudy Gobert. And
you're looking at it on the offense. All I can see is 8 block shots a game.
That's all I can think. That's the same thing I see.
8 more turnovers a game.
It's like,
8
oh my
more
gosh,
opportunities, 8 more shots, 8 more possessions. The value of that. You just add more possessions by just bringing him on the floor. You add 4 more possessions. It's just it's almost unquantifiable how that can turn out. That could be 21 points that you're just giving yourself.
And my favorite thing was I love the highlights of Wemby blocking shots like mid-range and on the perimeter. Like, also, I think that's just really embarrassing if you're a jump shooter and you're getting your shots blocked. But he would be free to do more of that if he had a shot blocker in the paint.
That's why I think when we look at what the Spurs, we need a shot blocking, rebounding guy who loves the paint and isn't requesting any other time but for that.
No.
And if you find that, man, oh man, the defense, and especially if you're 7 foot and we're offering 21 feet a big man across the front line.
Donovan Clingan's not going to ask to take the ball up
ever.
He's like
ever.
He's going to go and he's going to set a screen and then he's going to go get under the basket.
And man, everybody's better for it. And Clingan would be the best example of 3 or 4 guys that could do that. And if they could walk out with that and a defensive-minded scoring 2 or 3, Spurs high five each other and say, let's just go see how this plays out.
See, like, Mike, Spurs don't need Clingan, need a guard and a wing. That's you're thinking about it in like an old school way. If you think about it as Wemby is the wing, now you've got a big man, now you go find a guard. And I'm telling you, like, having that kind of versatility, Wemby presents such a unique option for you on both ends, really, that if you're just using him in like an old school way and just sticking him under the, like, if you're making him Sean Bradley, you're just wasting what he can do.
Yes.
All right. Got this list of best quarterbacks in the league according to PFF. We'll take a look at that next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-439-4252. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-439-4252. That's 800-439-4252. Again, 800-439-4252.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyer4us.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What seems to be the problem?
Doctor, thank goodness. My husband found out Cricket Wireless has 5G plans starting at $15 a month, and his jaw just dropped.
Did he hear about Cricket's blazing fast 5G?
Yep.
What about their reliable nationwide coverage?
Yes, that too.
I see. Unfortunately, there's no cure. But you will have really fast 5G.
Get jaw-droppingly fast 5G for $15 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Video may be limited to SD. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. Subject to change. See store for details.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin Ultra Soft on the potty, this is most, so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's every sister been soft and heavy nice. My cream is always soft, it's our party vibe. She's crushing everything, so our chicks feel fly. So what? Everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textblend.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Replace stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details. Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best-in-the-nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Center.
A rough weekend in San Antonio sports as the Brahmas fell in the UFL Championship 25-0 to the Birmingham Stallions. The Boston Celtics try to close out the Mavericks. Game 5 tonight, pregame 6:30 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Rob Thompson, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Poor Brian Windhorst. I mean,
one of these things does not belong.
Stephen A. and Jay Williams up here in these custom suits, and Brian Windhorst looks like
they gave him the jacket when he went to the jacket-only restaurant.
Yeah, like, oh, sir, your jacket's required.
You're gonna have to
oh, here, you'll have to put this one on.
It's a little large, but you're a large man.
I mean, that is the most ill-fitting suit. Well, what are you going to do?
Hey, man, I'm glad if he can make it, I can. If Windhorst can get on TV, I got a shot.
You got a shot, Bubba. You've got a shot. Pro Football Focus.
So PFF, for those that aren't like in behind that, these are football players' numbers. These are the Pro Football Focus dudes. They feed their data directly to the NFL.
People pay teams now pay big money for this stuff.
They exist not for us as fans, but for the league. They put together the stats. They do all the things behind the scenes that the team used to draft, to pay, to promote, to prepare. It is PFF's numbers.
Yeah. PFF is, and it's for me, it's one of the most valuable tools I use for sports betting.
It is. I mean,
because listen, results
don't lie.
Results of games are I don't want to say meaningless, because obviously wins and losses matter, but the truth is, like, you can break things down and say, okay, if he plays like this, he's going to win this game 40% of the time. And it's not as simple as, well, they won, so he played well. or his stats look good, so he's got to be playing well. Like PFF goes down to a deeper level that lets you know they break down every play. They've got a ton of dudes breaking these games down, and it's a really valuable tool.
It's interesting before we start getting into those numbers. When you start meeting the guys that work for Pro Football Focus, it's kind of this interchangeable. They work for Pro Football Focus for a minute, and then they're working for teams for a minute. And there's this free flow of these same guys go back and forth amongst the team stat departments and Pro Football Focus to give you an idea of how valuable the insight that Pro Football Focus offers.
Well, they broke these guys up into tiers and ranked the quarterbacks, the projected starters, or ranked the quarterback situations 1 through 32. And tier 1, the elite, well, it's not even the elite. Tier 1 is just called Mahomes, and it's Patrick Mahomes by himself.
Yes, and as it should be.
Which is funny because, and I don't disagree with it, this was not, I mean, Patrick Mahomes had probably his worst statistical year since his rookie year, and it turns out still good enough.
Remember when Michael Jordan was shooting free throws with his eyes closed?
Yeah.
Just because it was that easy. That felt like last year for Mahomes.
The next tier is called the elite. There are 3 guys in it. Do you care to venture who those 3 guys are?
I would say we got a Joe Burrow in there.
He's number 3.
I would say we probably got us a Josh Allen in there.
Number 4.
And then I would say we got us, man, this is a crapshoot right here for number 4.
This is guy's number 2, actually. This is the number 2 guy on the list.
Number 2, Stafford?
No, how about the reigning MVP, Lamar Jackson?
Oh, I'm sorry, Lamar. That's right. Okay. And even those numbers are kind of see, Pro Football Focus has to put that out there so you know that.
Tier 3, postseason caliber quarterbacks.
And how many 8 different quarterbacks in this?
This goes number 5 through number 10.
So 5 of them.
6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
Dak, Tua, Herbert.
Dak is number 6. Herbert is number 5.
Tua.
Not Tua.
Wow. The guy that led the league in passing yards last year.
Nope. Sorry.
Interesting.
He's in the next tier called the melting pot of starters.
As Miami is dealing with how they're going to pay this guy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you got the top 2 guys, Herbert 5, Dak 6. You're missing 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Detroit. What's his name?
Jared Goff.
Goff in there.
No, he's in the melting pot of starters also.
I'm running out of quarterbacks that I think are non-melting pot types. Is Sunshine in there?
You mentioned Matt Stafford earlier. He is there, number 7.
Where's
he's in the melting pot. Trevor Lawrence is in the melting pot.
Oh, okay, so I imagine Purdy's in the melting pot too.
Melting pot.
Okay.
Number 8,
Kyler?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, okay. I was going to put him in melting pot, but just because he was old. But
Aaron
if
Rodgers,
we're going on skill set, yeah, he belongs where he is.
I don't know. You'd have a hard time convincing me Aaron Rodgers can be one of the 10 best quarterbacks
The
in the
last
league.
time you saw him,
he wasn't that good.
I was going to. How long ago was it?
2 years ago.
So, but then he was. He was. Now he was good enough to where that whole off season, people were concerned because he still had the skill set. It was still there.
They didn't even make the playoffs that year, remember?
But it was because they weren't drafting the dudes. They were rebuilding underneath him, remember? That's why he wanted out. They drafted a quarterback instead of a defensive lineman or a wide receiver to help him. I think that Rodgers still, like Brady, as long as the pocket is clean, will pick you apart and can win it.
In 2022, Aaron Rodgers last year in Green Bay, his QBR was 41.3. That ranked 26th in the league, worse than Kenny Pickett, Andy Dalton, Ryan Tannehill, and Matt Ryan.
They didn't have anybody to throw to. I mean, that's why you got mad. You keep letting my guys leave, and you just think I'm going to be so good, I'll make up for it, and you're drafting quarterbacks in the second round instead of somebody to help me.
I don't know.
You know what? But
I'm not buying into him
measuring from 2 years ago. But I believe that what he is good at, he'll still be good at it. That arm's probably still alive, still can deliver it as long as there's a clean pocket, and he's got some good wide receivers.
He's 40.
I said that about Brady, too.
Brady's the only one.
Well, I said it about him.
But, I mean, look at quarterbacks who played past the age of 40. There's one who's been worth a damn. One.
Yeah, only one, and it was just a couple of years ago. I
And
didn't
he's
think
the
there'd
greatest
ever
who's
be.
ever played.
Well, I'm just saying, I never thought I'd ever even see it. So I've seen it once. I'm not going to say I won't see it again. And be honest, Aaron Rodgers at his best, even at this age, you have to say is better than most of the guys you're about to talk about.
I don't know. I don't know that that's true anymore. Number 9 is Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And number 10, CJ Stroud.
So Stroud's already out of the melting pot.
Out of the melting pot.
I believe that more than I do.
The melting pot of starters goes from 11 to 19.
This is where I'd like to land if I was an owner. If I was owning a team, this is about where I want to land. The $40 million quarter.
The problem is there's 0 Super Bowls in this.
I agree.
Class.
I agree.
Number 11 is Jordan Love.
Hard to argue.
Number 12, Trevor Lawrence.
Hard to argue.
13 is Brock Purdy. I think if you asked 50 people to make a list of best quarterbacks in the league, I think you'll see Brock Purdy anywhere from like 3rd to 20th.
Mm-hmm.
He is the most difficult guy to rank, I think, for people because people watch him and say that guy shouldn't be that good. And he wasn't supposed to be good when he came to the league. So how's he this good? It's all about his coach. But I mean, this guy is like, his numbers are phenomenal.
And the best number is his salary cap number.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's valuable.
If at this place, he's got to be the lowest paid quarterback on this list. There can't be anybody making any less money than he is right now.
I doubt it.
So wouldn't that make him, even if he's melting pot, the most valuable player on this list?
Yeah, he's pretty
for what the dollars spent for output.
It's still Mahomes.
Well, yeah, you know what? You're right. That's why he's the whole first chapter.
Yeah, who cares?
No, you're right.
He's got his own class.
But doesn't that tell you about how valuable these first contract quarterbacks are?
Yeah, I mean, and CJ Stroud kind of in the same conversation. Like having a rookie who's playing like that is very valuable. Number 14, Tua. Number 15, Kirk Cousins.
I'll tell you what, this Tua thing, this did not help him.
Tua's another guy who it's very hard to rank him, I think.
And when over the weekend, they were talking about how imminent it was that, the contract discussions are going. And he keeps saying the market is the market to justify what he wants. But when you look at where Pro Football Focus puts him, he's not a $58 million a year quarterback.
No, it says it was the best season yet for Tua. Highest passing grade in the regular season of any quarterback. 35 big time throws, which was the third most. That's a measure, a PFF measurement. They do big time throws and turnover worthy plays are 2 key PFF stats, which big time throws are throws that it shouldn't be made.
Yeah, you know it when you see them.
And turnover worthy plays are plays that, as
They
it
got
says,
lucky.
And which, by the way, a lot of the times guys will have Josh Allen was an example of this last year. A lot of turnovers, but very low turnover worthy play rate, which means that he had some bad luck.
Right.
But that can go both ways. Turnovers are very random in the NFL. A guy can have a lot of turnovers and it doesn't mean anything. That's why this turnover worthy play stat is so valuable. His 3.5% turnover worthy play rate was higher than every other quarterback in the top 5 of big time throws. 5th most overall.
Some of this I do think is a product of his offense. I think he is put in a position to have to throw turnover worthy throws.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
I mean, that's the McDaniel's offense. I mean, it's a run and gun, move the ball, get out in open space, and make a play kind of stuff.
This kind of talks about what I believe about Tua. It says when the play goes according to plan, Tua can be a surgeon. The lowest time to throw of any starting quarterback, gets the ball out very quickly, but had the most turnover-worthy plays in the NFL when there was no pressure. His grade drops significantly when he is pressured, and while his arm is adequate for the NFL, it isn't strong enough to get him out of trouble.
That's a true statement.
And that is a true statement.
That just defined what Tua is. And if you're Miami and you just saw Trevor get paid, what do you pay Tua? Is he more or less a Trevor? I think he's more by output, but I think he's less by potential.
15 is Kirk Cousins. 16, Jared Goff, right there in the middle. Average dude.
And that would be about right. we've talked about, I do believe is absolutely capable of winning a Super Bowl. And if they did, people would not be shocked. Every name you named to this point, you'd go, okay. I wouldn't be upset with any of these guys because I think every one of them is capable.
Has that? I mean, a lot of them. Jordan Love played in, or excuse me, Jared Goff played in a Super Bowl. Brock Purdy's now played in a Super Bowl. And it's not unreasonable. Number 17, Kyler Murray.
Now we're getting down to the beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Kyler Murray, when he came back from injury last year, was pretty solid.
I read a good article about him. How about there is some change above the neck, that he is kind of taking control of his team.
And what he did in 2021, like before he started getting hurt, he was solid. I mean, he's still got something. I'm with you. I've always thought he was kind of a mentally weak dude.
Mm-hmm. This is a show me year.
Like I said, this is a guy who blocked me on Twitter a long time ago. Because
that's a badge of honor, man.
I mean, this is when he was in college. He blocked me on Twitter. Geno Smith.
Now 18. We're getting down to the glorified placeholders.
Number 19, Caleb Williams. So
I don't know.
Putting him in the putting him ahead of some of these guys may be surprising.
Sure, why not?
Tier 5 can single-handedly win and lose games. Number 20 is the epitome of that. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
He can.
I'd have put him a little further.
He can rescue or ruin you any given day.
What he did last year in Tampa was the epitome of a professional quarterback.
Yep.
You know, I think he's rounded a corner. Is he ever going to be as arm talented as the guys above him? No, but I think he's just as capable of winning a Super Bowl as everybody in front of him.
21 is Derek Carr.
No.
Incredibly frustrating guy because he's got a lot of the skills. Like what he's capable of is just incredible. And what he does is just not.
Yeah, 5 years ago, we'd have been in a much heavier discussion, but time has turned.
Well, the next two guys are guys who have fallen way further than him. Number 22, Russell Wilson. And number 23, Deshaun Watson. I mean, those dudes were on top of the world a few years ago. Now they're sitting in the mid-20s. Tier 6, the next generation. Number 24, Anthony Richardson.
Sure.
25, Bryce Young.
Why not?
26, Jacoby Brissett / Drake May.
Oof. Why is Jacoby on this?
Because they don't know who's going to be the starter.
Well, it's going to be May at some point.
This is where you don't want to be. Like these are the spots where it's like, because Anthony Richardson and Bryce Young, who are sitting at 24 and 25, were in the same draft class as CJ Stroud, who's at number 10.
Right.
So this is their way of saying, I don't know if these guys can play
of
yet.
Those
They're
two,
young.
We got a year of Bryce for the most part, and we got none of Richardson.
I'd rather have Richardson.
Me too.
Because I don't know if he sucks or not. I've seen Bryce Young, and it was like he was about as bad as you could get for a rookie. He was really dreadful. 27 is Jaden Daniels. 28, Will Levis, who I just don't think is all that good. 29, boy, this is bad. Tier 7 is 29 through 32. 29, Daniel Jones.
They
just gave that dude a boatload of money, and they're like, yeah, that was a mistake.
And just recently, when they signed Trevor, when Jacksonville signed him, the numbers to Danny are very much the same.
30 is the Aiden O'Connell Gardner Minshew combo for the Raiders.
Yikes.
31 is the Sam Darnold JJ McCarthy combo for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yikes.
And 32 is Jarrett Stidham / Bo Nix, the Denver Broncos.
Hey, Peyton got his guy.
They didn't even mention Zach Wilson here with the Broncos. How dare they?
He's flying under the radar.
Oh, what a guy. All right. So there you go. Dak feel about right to you?
Yeah.
I kind of.
Yeah. But, we laugh at the situation that the Broncos find themselves and Pittsburgh finds themselves. The Cowboys could
They might be there next.
Be there next year. Very easily.
Or you might find a Brock Purdy. And if you can do that, like you said, you give yourself such a huge advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Such a huge, like, if I said all odds are the same, who's going to make the Super Bowl out of the NFC this year? There's only one answer, right?
San Francisco.
Yeah. Like if you said it's everybody pays the same if they win, you'd bet San Francisco every time.
I think if I threw out San Francisco, Detroit, I think probably the best in the NFC, at least coming in of the two.
Yeah, I think so. Dallas and Philly right behind them.
Right behind them.
Maybe I don't know where Green Bay is, honestly. I've got no idea what Green Bay
Maybe,
is.
but they got lucky against. Well, didn't get lucky. They just played a bad Cowboy team. I still think it's San Francisco, Detroit, and if you told me to pick one, I'd take the other. You take San Francisco, I'll take Detroit and be happy with it.
Oh, I think there's a bit of a gap between those two.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's a huge gap, but I think
San Francisco's still ahead.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Until proven other. I mean, I just think they've got a better coach. They've got a better non-quarterback roster, and they might have a better quarterback, to be honest. Which is, or at least it's a coin toss.
I think on the other side of that, I think Detroit has a little bit of momentum and a little bit of a belief in a system that San Francisco's more of we're pros and we do it. And Detroit's more of a rah-rah thing, and I like their momentum right now.
Yeah. I think that their coach is still going to cost them games. Like at some point, the guy is just
fighting Texas Aggie. He'll find a way. He'll find a way.
All right. Maybe one of the best umpires in baseball is going to be a reason why we need to move to robot umps. I'll explain why. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on the Blitz, we're going to take a look back at the NBA Finals, rehash what happened, and now we can look forward to the NBA Draft. What in the world are the Spurs going to do? Mock drafts are all over the place. We'll talk about that. And Cowboy fans, are you ready for a full rebuild? Monday on the Blitz.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
GiveMeTheVin.com salutes love songs. American pop singer and songwriter Barry Manilow, who specialized in elaborately orchestrated romantic ballads, was born on this day in 1943. Also on this day, Gimme the Vin bought what is dubbed as one of the most romantic cars of all time, a 1975 custom Chevy van, complete with heart-shaped window. GiveMeTheVin.com. We just love to buy cars.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You've probably heard me talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. Summer is here, and that means long, hot days for everyone and everything, including your roof. Did you know our hot Texas sun pounding down on your roof can degrade and age your roof? You need a reliable roofer, and that is Stevens Roofing. They're online at stevensroofing.net, or you can give them a call at 210-785-0994. That's Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Living here in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is almost a requirement. The water is hard. You know this. It affects your appliances and all of that kind of stuff. And the best water softener to buy is a Connecticut quality water softener. Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. They're made in America, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Got a simple design, fewer moving parts, and the best thing about it is there's nothing to plug in. There won't be an increase in your electric bill. Connecticut quality water softeners are the best in the business, and right now they have got the best deal for you. Connecticut is going to let you try a quality water softener in your home for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Call them today. 656-PURE. That's 656-7873 or ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. Connecticut, the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
We're here with Jose Rios, attorney at the Gomez Law Firm. If you are injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, Jose, what's the first thing our listeners should do?
The first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google joegomezlaw.com.
Gomez Law has been protecting the people of our community for almost 50 years. They're the leader in personal injury law.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do carbon monoxide cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries.
But that's not all your firm does, Jose. Tell us a little more about other cases Gomez Law takes on and wins here in Texas.
Really, anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Feel that heat? That's how it should feel when you're outdoors watching your favorite team coming up to bat, not in your home. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy-efficient windows.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Rob and AJ and Rob. A-Rob, as the cool kids call us. Pat Hoberg.
Who?
Pat Hoberg, who is an umpire in the major leagues of baseball, has been finally disciplined for violating the league's gambling rules.
But in, gambling, normally discipline involves you're gone.
You're gone. I mean, they just put on a lifetime ban on a player and then suspended 4 other dudes for a year just like 2 weeks ago. Hoberg is appealing the decision, has denied betting on baseball. They have not told us what the discipline is, but we know Hoberg hasn't umpired a game this season. And MLB in a statement didn't say whether that he did bet on baseball or not. But it says during spring training, Major League Baseball commenced an investigation regarding a potential violation of MLB's sports betting policies. Mr. Hoberg was removed from the field during the pendency of that investigation. He hasn't umped a game this year, by the way.
Oh,
not one.
But they haven't thrown him out.
No.
He's in this limbo.
While MLB's investigation did not find any evidence that games worked by Mr. Hoberg were compromised or manipulated in any way, the MLB determined that discipline was warranted. Mr. Hoberg has chosen to appeal that determination. Therefore, we cannot further comment until the appeals process is concluded.
Man, here we are. He bet on baseball, man. He did.
His quote is, "I'm appealing Major League Baseball's determination that I should be disciplined for violating the sports betting policies. While that appeal is pending, it would not be appropriate to discuss the case.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I have devoted my adult life to the profession of umpiring, and the integrity of baseball is of the utmost importance to me.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to the appeal process, and I'm grateful that the Major League Baseball Umpires Association is supporting me in appeal."
I never heard I didn't bet on baseball. Not once. I didn't hear him say, I did not bet on baseball. I don't know what I never heard that. Never heard that. That's the crux, right? You can bet on football all you want.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be talking.
He is the guy who a couple years ago, if you remember this, in 2022, game 2 of the World Series had a perfect game where 129 balls and strikes correctly called, according to the robots, widely regarded as the best ball strike umpire in Major League Baseball.
And that's why. Okay, what is your greatest concern? Would you, if you had to pick a dirty thing, a dirty ref or ump or a dirty player, what is your biggest fear?
A dirty ump,
a dirty
ref.
ump.
Yeah,
They, literally can throw things completely out of whack.
I mean, it's so like, Yeah. I mean, you'd have to be the home plate ump in baseball to have like a true like crazy impact because everything else is challengeable.
Right.
But in Major League Baseball or not major in NBA or NFL, a paid off ref is like that's a dangerous thing because fouls and penalties and stuff like that are all subjective and
absolute fact. So if we get to the hierarchy of importance here, and players certainly, and then the officiates, I'm of the mind if you're an official, there is no gambling at all on anything ever. That because of what you just said. A player can only affect a little bit. It can affect his game and those around him, his team. An ump, a dirty ump, can change the entire league.
Well, I agree with you on this front. I do, like I've said before, I don't think if you're a Major League Baseball player, I don't see the problem with betting on games as long as they're not your games or games that your team is playing.
But umps, on the other hand,
I don't
never ever.
I don't think umps should be able to bet on the sport that they umpire. Like to say that they can't bet anything. Like,
okay, I'm down. But I'm just saying.
I thought you were saying they shouldn't be allowed to bet on any sports at all.
I would say nothing that has to do with whatever.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to bet baseball. I agree because you never know when you're going to be with what what game you're going to ump that week. I don't. Yeah, there's too many.
Because you could ump a guy out of a start for the next start. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No,
I don't think you can do that. But it's wild that this is literally the best balls and strikes umpire in baseball, and
he must, like I said, he must be that good, or he'd already be gone. How does the Euros handle their refs? Are they allowed to do any kind of gambling on their sport?
There's no baseball in Europe.
Well, I mean,
that's South America. No, that doesn't happen in Europe. Maybe Eastern Europe.
Europe.
Oh, maybe in like Serbia.
Well, I have a book that one time was headquartered in Gibraltar.
That's a made up place.
Which is like a rock in the middle of a river.
Yeah, there's a rock.
That's where my casino is.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes of this. I'm with you that if you just say I didn't bet on baseball,
we'd have put this to bed, but he never said that. I trust that my appeal will follow all due legal recourse, and I will be found innocent of the charges, if not innocent of actually doing it. I'm looking forward to my day in court.
If he did bet on baseball and it wasn't one of the games that he was involved in, I think he's probably going to get suspended. I'm not going to be upset about it, but I don't think he'll be banished forever.
Obviously not, or they'd have done it.
I think so too. That Tucupito or whatever that guy's name is, he's gone already.
Gone.
Tucupita, gone.
Gone.
You were gone before we even knew you. Tucupita Marcano.
He'll be back doing World Series games next year.
Tucupito?
No, not Tucupito.
Oh, no, Tucupita.
I saw, so my namesake, Rob Thompson without the P, from Philly, he got into it with an ump yesterday. I saw that.
Yep, kicked him out.
They went right in their face. I've never actually gotten right this close and ever just screamed at somebody. Do you think you have to practice that?
Drill sergeants are good at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Drill sergeants are good at it, but never have I been like two dogs barking at each other on the other side of the fence, like those two guys were like, you said blah, 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 and they just like right there.
Did you never get in a fight in high school?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But normally only like two words, and then you're rolling around on the ground. I've never had a full sentence where I went back at him like, blah, 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 no, you, blah, 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 like smelling your breath. Never done that.
Yeah,
I'd like to.
I've had the obligatory weigh-ins, where after weigh-ins you get in each other's faces.
I would flinch. I would be the guy. You'd see fear in my eyes. I'd think I was looking tough, but you'd look at me. I'd go. I'd give you a little fear look. I wouldn't mean to, but you know how they look at each other with their punches, and I'd go, and then they'd be over.
Oh, Rob. We got to toughen you up, man.
Well, man, who in the world other than you and other fighters have ever had to do that? Let's go stare in the eyes of a guy. Now, don't punch each other. Just
that's the hardest part is
because that guy over there, he's crazy. He's going to hit me.
And you're in a bad mood because you haven't eeten any food in forever. You've only been eating lettuce and water for the last 3 weeks.
He stares at me and he just kind of flinches. I'm like, oh, man, a little jumpy.
but then you'd show up on Fight Night and just whoop his ass.
No, well, no, I'd be equally as scared. I'd just be more well fed.
All right. On the other side, we'll take a look around Vegas, check out the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
94.1 FM.
Diamonds Direct has done it again. This month only, get ready for an offer you can't resist. Buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right, a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet will not last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You want another way to add excitement to watching the NBA playoffs? Jason Minix here. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It is a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports, especially playing the pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Endless projections to choose from. It is fantasy and it is legal in Texas. So get started by going to the easy-to-use Underdog Fantasy mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, sign up using my promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
Nigel, I'm going on vacation. Don't touch anything.
I won't let you down. Enjoy your time off, J-Dog.
Folks, it's good to take time off, but your home's plumbing and air conditioning, well, when they decide to take a surprise vacation or start working overtime, that's a problem. Call Quarter Moon and we'll get things back on track, working right and at a fair price. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Okay, team, I've supercharged the coffee machine. It's extra hot and dispenses 10 times faster. Allow me to push the button. Quick, call the plumber!
License number TACLA 88589E M16004.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Replace stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details. Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
Are your windows struggling to keep up with the game? It's time to upgrade with Maverick Windows. Stay ahead of the competition with energy-efficient windows. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 to get a free quote.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Here we go. Nick rocking his Cowboys jersey today.
The Daddy's
That's right.
Day gift.
My Father's Day gift.
Órale.
Órale, güey.
They got you that CD Lamb?
El CD Lamb? No, not CD Lamb. It's CD Lamb.
What if CD Lamb's not on the team?
Well, there you go.
Then it's a Dez jersey. Or it's a Drew Pearson jersey.
Yeah, you just put the tape on the back.
Yeah, just put it in the closet. Just keep it.
Nice. I didn't know you were a Cowboys fan. I didn't know you were a sports fan.
No, just Cowboys and Spurs. That's it.
He's good people.
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go.
Viva Cowboys.
Oh, and the Astros.
Viva Vaqueros. Do you guys have like a special saying when you're saying go Cowboys? Or is it just go Cowboys?
No, just go Cowboys, I guess.
Okay.
Not like arriba.
Yeah,
no. What about Viva? Viva Vaqueros?
Oh, well, the Spurs is Puro, P word Spurs,
Puro.
which I can't say it on air.
It's okay.
But,
Don't say that.
Yeah, but anyway, that's pretty much what it is.
Okay.
I think the Puro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think that's a good. I keep
Everyone
knows. It
knows.
almost falls out of your mouth.
Yeah, I know.
You say Puro, it's about to come out. You gotta.
Yeah, I almost said it right now.
It
and I
just
was like,
rolls
ugh.
off the tongue, and it's so wrong if it's in another language. If I'm cussing in another language and you don't know
I
I
still
am,
think
is it
they
still
don't like
cussing?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody.
Like if I threw down like a Mongolian curse word, would that be as bad as anything else?
How about the Astros releasing Jose Abreu?
You talk about a curse word and say Abreu. What a robbery.
Not even halfway through 3 years, 58.5 mil.
And he's going to get every freaking penny of that.
Yeah. General manager Dana Brown said this was an extremely difficult decision considering how much money Abreu still is owed. Yeah, you think? I would imagine he's hitting. Dude had 14 hits in the entire season. 14.
It seemed like a good idea a couple years ago. At the time, it seemed like a good idea.
Man, when baseball players fall off, it's fast and ugly, isn't it?
You know how bad you have to be for them to go, you know what? Just don't come back to work. No, your checks will still be here every other Friday. You can come get those. We just don't even come in. You're done.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Good for him, though. Go enjoy your fun. Go have some fun now. You don't have to show off anymore for work.
Former AL Rookie of the Year, former MVP. Does he have to go back to Cuba now, or is he just staying?
They would like him to come back and bring a little bit of that cash with him, but
He's not. I'd stay here.
The Cubans are taking care of some submarines.
Yeah,
they got other stuff to take care of right now.
I'd stay here if I were him.
It works out better.
Yeah. So a lot of people bummed out. A lot of the Astros seem to be bummed out about it, but $31 million.
Like I said, it seemed like a good idea at the time. It really did. Live bat, young legs. It's going to be great.
Well, and don't worry, guys. The Astros are going to look to Jonathan Singleton to be their everyday first baseman for now. Singleton is hitting .213 on the season, so significantly better than Jose Abreu. Jonathan Singleton's a smart dude. I remember there was a time when John Singleton and George Springer were both like the two young prospects for the Astros, and the Astros made them both offers, and it was like, I don't remember what the numbers were, but it was like something to keep them around for the next 5 years at like it would have been a really team-friendly price, but it guaranteed them some money. Jonathan Singleton took it. George Springer did not.
Bet on myself.
And both of them did the smartest thing they could have done on that day, because Jonathan Singleton, because he got that money, got to stick around in an organization that would have cut bait on him long, long before otherwise. And George Springer got, $1 billion from the Toronto Blue Jays when the time came. So well played by both those guys. But Jonathan Singleton is not good either. I don't know. I don't know what the Astros are doing. I've got no idea what the hell they're
Whenever
doing.
you Google a player just to get his stats, and the first thing that comes up under the Google is, what happened to John Singleton in baseball? That's the first question they ask you.
Not a good
it's
sign.
Not going to go well.
Not a good sign. If it's where are they now?
Already where are they now?
Actually, I'm still playing in the majors.
What? I haven't gone anywhere.
That's gotta be bull bleep.
I'm
There's
on the
no way
same
that guy's
team.
still in the bigs.
that I was when I signed the deal. I'm still here.
Yeah, they had 3-39. Woof.
You're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance, kind of. They're only 9 games out of first place.
It's only June.
Crazier things have happened. And the Mariners will always choke given the opportunity. So we ain't got to worry about that. All right, let's take a look at the daily lines.
Shall we?
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Now, you asked about the WNBA earlier. I don't know that they have I can't find any odds of them to make the playoffs.
The Fever, they're going. If you find them, if you find any odds for the Fever to make the playoffs,
you believe
take
it.
the money and bet. Just like Iowa was going to make the Final Four. I feel sorry for whoever they play, but they got to go. Caitlin has to be in the playoffs. It is a necessary evil.
You know they want her there for sure.
Oh, man. So every break, every call, every assault, every flagrant one.
That's assault, brother.
It'll all roll into that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I can't find any. I'm sure when the market, like when it gets closer, that market will open up. But right now, there's nothing there. Celtics 6.5-point favorites tonight at home. Total of 209.5. Rob says,
baby. Take it.
They're
Run
burying them, huh?
They're going to put them under. Now, I don't know about the total, but the 6.5. Shoot.
You know where I'm looking tonight? I'm looking at Kristaps Porzingis under rebounds. It's been a healthy, boost to the income when he's played. The problem is he's questionable tonight. Although I've seen some things saying he's going to play, so not all the books have him.
I don't have him on my prize picks. He is not on yet, if at all, today.
That sucks. That's who I wanted. You know who I've been rolling with the last couple games, and it's done wonders for me, is Derek Lively over points and rebounds. And he's gone way over every time. He's up to 19.5, though. It's been like 16.5, 15.5. Now it's 19.5, and they're on the road. I think I might be on the under. I might be reversing course on Derek Lively, particularly if Kristaps is in there.
If Kristaps in, I don't like the bet. Without him, if I'm going to bet the over-under with this, and this isn't, I think that the Celtics are prohibitive favorites to win it. But if Porzingis doesn't play, I think Derek Lively at 17.5 points and rebounds. I like the over on that.
Do you?
I think the one thing Kid even talked about is, even though that they've lost 3 consecutive games, about to get closed out here, Lively's gotten better in every game.
He has, really.
And these guys,
they're giving him minutes. He's going to get the.
So I think in a closeout, I think that this is one of those nights where I really don't think there's a lot of pressure on the Mavs tonight. I think that they're going to come in and play pretty free and easy because they don't expect to go home with anything. They've made peace with their death. You know what I mean? They've had a couple of days and a flight to kind of make peace. They're going to give it the line in the sand Alamo effort. But the fact of the matter is, this is all but done. You could delude yourself. And with that, I think there's less pressure on them, on the young guys. So I like Lively at 17.5. That's the only over that I like with the Dallas team, though.
So you don't like over 32.5 points for Luka?
Because, my fear is if this game's over early, which it could be, I might not even see Luka in the second half. It could be a 15, 20 point down. And by the fourth quarter, there's no prayer. They got everybody else in.
Well, Luka and Kyrie in game 4, where they won in blowout fashion, both went under their points totals because they sat them down.
Yeah, there was no need.
It was a non-competitive game.
It could happen like this tonight, where they get run out of the gym, and the second half is just
how many minutes have to be left on the clock for you to just say, okay, Luka, Kyrie, come sit down. Like, if you're losing by 25 with 10 minutes left, you got to keep playing them.
I always operated. I heard a coach when I was first, I'm not a coach. I play at it. But when I went to a coaching thing, I had a coach tell us, if you lose a game, if you're up by 10 points with 2 minutes to go and you lose, it's your fault as the coach. You don't blame your players, you blame yourself. So
Yeah.
I've always looked at 10 points in 2 minutes. If I'm at 10 points in 2, I better win the freaking game. Unless there's a T-Mac miracle.
But I'm saying how many points do
10.
you, how many points do you have to be down before you sit your guys?
If I'm down and
Like if you're in you're think about this, you're in an elimination game.
Never coach pros, it'd be sooner than if they were young kids. I'd pull them out a lot sooner.
You're
Because
down 20 would you pull them with 6 minutes left?
Probably.
In an elimination game?
6-7 minutes, 20, depending on how the ebb and flow was going. My worst case scenario as a coach with pros, keep in mind these are billion-dollar entities in Luka, and he's out there playing with 10 minutes to go, and they're down by 15 points, and he breaks an ankle or, God forbid, tears a knee in a situation he shouldn't have been out in. Not only does it hurt him, hurts me, hurts the reputation of everybody.
I think in an elimination game, you can if someone in the presser after says, "Why'd you have Luka out there?" You say, "Oh, we didn't want to get eliminated from the NBA Finals."
But at some point, it's like I always reckon things to porn. I don't know what it is, but I can define it when I see it. I know when the game's over. I don't know what the score is, but I can tell you when the game's done. It could be 10 points, could be 4 points for all I can say. But you can tell, like, this is over unless lightning strikes.
I do have some pornography news to get to today as well. I totally forgot about it until you mentioned that. Let's take a look at the Diamond where they play baseball. The Texas Rangers, John Gray on the hill against Dave Peterson of the New York Mets, lefty on the hill for the Mets. Texas minus 121. They open minus 145. So the Mets taking a little bit of money, total of 8 in this game. I don't know. I feel like I'd want to look at the Rangers here, but Mets are one of the worst teams in the league.
Well, so are the Rangers.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They just got swept.
They're in second place, but they're just not very good, are they? No, I don't have a great feel.
No
for
bad
this
pitcher,
one.
a good pitcher, bad team here.
Well, it is Paul Skeens Day.
Go on.
Paul Skeens minus 186.
Dude, okay.
Against Carson Spears.
You're
or
taking all the
Spires.
fun out of this.
I know. You got to pay that tax now, man. But I think the key is going to be with him. Like, look at the props. What's his strikeout props? How many strikeouts is he going to have?
Go to our
because you got to count on the Pirates to score runs is the problem. Well, when you bet on those, it's like, do I really want to bet minus 186? It's still the Pirates, friend. That's the downside is you're still betting on the Pirates and they've got to score runs. How about 8.5 strikeouts plus 130 to the over is what I'm seeing here for Paul Skeens. You think Skeensy strikes out 9 guys? That's a lot, man.
Prize picks. I have him at 8. I like 8 over under the 9.
I like that. Well, see, your 8's at even money, probably.
Yeah. I like more or less. I like the 8 if you go to prize picks. I do like that for pitcher strikeouts. I would stick.
All right.
The 9's too rich for my blood, but 8.
8's a lot of strikeouts.
Hey, we saw 9 stolen bases yesterday. 9 strikeouts.
You know what?
Come on.
Who is I haven't even looked it up yet. I have to look up who was the catcher in that game. That was embarrassing. There was a couple times he stood up and didn't even make a throw. You got to get this guy out of here. He's a bum.
Now, if you're up 7-3 in the 7th, you sending anybody if you're the Sox? You
Hell yes. Dude, people would get so mad at me when I was coaching. I didn't care. I was like, dude, I'm trying to
So
run.
you're airing it out. Like, if you don't want me to score, stop me.
Yeah.
You're one of those guys. I'm not against that.
Well, and that was me. If I was coaching because like I said, they had the select, elite, and premier. If I'm coaching the premier team,
you're big boys.
We're not playing to save field.
But stealing
it's
a
select.
base,
I'd be like, okay, we'll call it off a little.
But stealing a base is different than throwing it deep in a football game. Stealing a base is, you don't have to do it. It's an opportunity thing. Your pitcher, your catch and a pitch aren't paying attention or whatever it might be. That's part of the course of play. It's, when you're a team that shoots threes and you're up by 35 points and you keep shooting threes, that's just what we do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, and if you're a team that airs it out, I might beat you like, you beat A&M back in 2005, 77-0. That's what we do. We throw in the ball. Stealing bases, though, that's kind of a manufactured. I'm just going to poke you in the eye.
Yeah, I did a lot of poking in the eye.
That's poking you in the eye, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Not being a baseball guy, that's always what it felt like.
But a lot of it was I didn't want to be in double play situations and things like that. And I don't know.
But you can justify your way around a lot of it.
Sure. And I also, like, when I was coaching, we didn't bunt because, like, at least on my top team, we didn't bunt. Because, yeah, if you couldn't hit, I didn't want you on my team anyway. So it was like.
Well, that was more about you, not them.
No, I mean, and you know what? It's funny. I always told my kid, I was like, my son, I always said, dude, we're not going to waste time bunting because when you get to high school, your coaches aren't going to ask you to bunt a lot. And then the high school he's at now, they bunt all the freaking time.
Ball, man. You got to move it.
But I was just like,
move your runners.
I'm an analytics guy, Rob. I'm like, we got to hit doubles. We got to hit gaps. Jose Trevino, by the way, the catcher for the Yankees, who gave up 9 stolen bases yesterday.
Forgot his glasses. He couldn't see.
Should be humiliated.
He couldn't see out there.
I got bad news. OnlyFans shutting down business in Kentucky now. The third state where Pornhub has gone out of business.
Now they've left Texas.
Yeah, Texas and Utah. Yeah, it's
how on earth?
Welcome to the club, Kentucky.
So, in any kind of grouping of any states, anywhere for
you don't
anything,
want to be paired with Utah.
Texas, Kentucky, and Utah should never be compared for anything, both positive or negative.
It's not good, but they want it goes back to they want you to they want to collect data that proves that you're an adult before you use the website. Pornhub says it's a violation of privacy, and not everybody wants to put their ID into their computer to handle their business. Well, but no more Pornhub in Kentucky.
Went 5 minutes of my day right there. I added more time. That's like 30 minutes a week. I'm going to have extra now.
You got extra time.
I got extra time.
All right, boys. We'll do it again tomorrow. The Joe Reinagle Show comes up at 2 o'clock. We'll be back tomorrow. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at